Yeehaw! Old Rudy, the famous Brap rancher. The most legendary Brap rancher in existence has possibly been outdone by a man even more filthy and disgusting than even I am. It's hard to imagine that such a person like that could exist, but then again, it's the internet. And every single fucking day, we're outdone by other fucking creeps who seem to want to take up the mantle of the fucked up lifestyle that has been left behind. Oh wow, what a week it's been. What a week it's been. You never truly know someone until you go through their closet and pull out all their skeletons, don't you? And that is especially true for our boy, Mr. Brapman. Oh god. Yes. Lots of strange shit has surfaced. So let's read chat before we get into this. I think these are from fucking hours ago, but we'll read them anyway. Literally stealing Damon's presents now. How low can you truly go? Well, I mean, we're gonna read this. We're gonna go over Mr. Brapman's Brap fan fictions because no one truly gave them the justice they really needed. These stories are, in fact, masterpieces of literature works, and they require someone a little more intelligent than the fucking Damo to read over them. Because that's fucking cringe, man. That's fucking cringe having a samurai read a fucking story for you there. It's a little fucking gay, and I don't think I could sit through a Damo video where he reads an entire book. Well, we're not going to read an entire book because, well, these kind of fucking suck, to be honest. They are just like a collection of short stories that Mr. Deadman here has published himself. Yeah, always an important rule to remember when becoming a big-time celeb is that you should fucking delete everything you've ever done before then, or else it might hurt your credibility a bit as, you know, a fucking Giga Chad cool guy in your Ray-Bans glasses talking about how other people are sick, twisted degenerates. When you, my friend, write about fucking eating shit and stuff like that. It's crazy. Man, so Mr. Deadman, there's like an epic crusade going against this man for some fucking reason. People really need to make content out of nothing. So, people have decided to start attacking him and rallying against him, but there really isn't much else to say about him besides these stories that he has crafted. They really are the only interesting thing about him, really, his disgusting Brapfictions. But we kind of knew for a while now that Mr. Brapman might be a scat fetishist, because he does seem to joke about that a lot, as we'll see now. Yeah, it's always a little sus when you start joking about something, you know, sexual frequently. You know, the truth always does seem to come out, so it's never a good idea to be cheeky about that. And that's what he's done. So, sorry, I have to show you guys a Monkey Biz stream because Mr. Deadman is going full damage control mode and deleting all the cope videos he made trying to make fun of this and trying to make light of his disgusting, like, fart fictions that he's written. So he fucking makes this video to kind of go, like, over it, like, coping.
1 second.
Oh, fuck off, buddy.
Context is, first of all, at this video, the context is...
I'm really sorry we have to sit through DJ Axel. I'm so sorry, my children.
Am I the Brapman? Am I the Brap King? I'm on about my back. Where Brap's coming out. Not just any Braps. I'm pumped up with Tomomi Murasaki's Braps.
So
A Japanese woman so fun.
So he makes this epic joke, this epically irony bro joke about like huffing Braps and specifically Asian women's Braps as if it was all a fucking joke. And it was all a meme from the beginning. Hello 12. Ludi-san, what up? Apparently Damo has already gone through this, but who cares about that fucking fat retard? Who gives a fuck? So, you know, Deadman's just joking about his, you know, fart fetishism, and maybe it is a joke. Maybe there's nothing really to these Brap fan fictions. Oh, it's It's 1-2, not 12. Oh, fuck off. You don't know how numbers work there, bud. You don't know how numbers work there. So, it's easy to brush these off as perhaps a joke. But if one is to keep joking about a sexual topic enough times, there is a suspicion to be drawn there. You immediately become suspect. And, well, our suspicions were slightly confirmed here when we found Dead Man's fucking old stories that he wrote ages ago. Yes, Dead Man is some sort of indie fucking horror author. And he's wrote a collection of shit. He's wrote like a bunch of like stories, short ones, usually in collaborations with other like fucking low rent like freelance horror writers. It's a very weird thing here. But so like going through these, a lot of these are fucking just like really boring and probably worth skipping because a lot of them he hasn't wrote himself. They're just like him collaborating with other people, and it's kind of fucking boring. Well, I mean, Dead Man finally got his wish. People are starting to read his literature here for the first time ever. Because now there's a story to tell about it. You know, now it helps us understand Dead Man's character. That he would write shit like this. If I could fucking find it. Oh god, give me 1 second here. Brap. Oh yeah, and by the way, his actual name is like Mr. Dead. Like it's his actual name is Mr. Deadman apparently. Like his real name is like Anthony, like something. So he's really not doing a good job at covering his poopy tracks that he's leaving, laying around on the carpet. Have you ever devastated a bathroom? Got any funny poop related stories? I don't know. I have a few funny bathroom stories, but nothing as insane as the epic scat fiction that Mr. Deadman has written. By the way, this is like intended for humor. This story, it's a collection of stories about like shit mixed in with horror. It's a really fucking weird thing to just like base like a bunch of horror stories on. But you know, it was Mr. Deadman's idea. This was his passion project. So let's get right into it. So yeah, Mr. Deadman, that's been like his online moniker for fucking ever. And like if you want to learn, like the first thing you do to like not get doxxed is use a fucking different name for everything. But oh no, Mr. Deadman really needed to build up, you know, himself and you know, his writing career, in fact. You know, he just loves to put himself out on the internet there. So let's start. And keep in mind, this is supposed to be like a humorous story here. Nathan doubled over as he raced to the bathroom. His stomach churned. A sharp pain pulsated within his abdomen, while his sphincter was one wrong move away from opening up like a buckled dam. With the toilet in sight, his pudgy hands fumbled with his buckle belt. The motion caused his asshole to pucker up against his undies with a wet kiss. He squirmed and hurried, gritting his teeth as brown water trickled down his legs, dropping his pants. He sat his fat, doughy ass on the cold ivory. Well, there's a lot of very descriptive language that goes on here. That's going into the exact actions, such as taking a shit. You know, he really wants you to visualize exactly what's happening, and it gets worse. He held on to his thighs and gave a little prayer as his chocolate starfish wept. While the turd pipe dumped gallons of butt juice similar to how Harvey dumped on Houston, all he could think about was that burrito, that goddamn fucking burrito. The mega burrito purchased from the taco truck parked in the middle of nowhere. Of course he had to ask for extra peppers. Rocking back and forth, he felt the explosion from mild to hot while his poop sang soprano. Sweat dripping from his brow, teeth clamped shut while he seethed, his fingernails dug deep into his flesh. His heart pounded. The shit ride just won't stop. He felt a warm wetness at his balls and looked down to find his package waddling in his body's recreation of Mexican bean dip. A frantic flush sucked the burrito shits down only an inch to rise like a shit tide at a shit noon. Brown ladder overflowed from the toilet. While Nathan quivered in absolute disgust, he tried to stand but lost his footing and fell into the dews of juice. All while the shit geyser sprayed from his ass. Help, he cried. Bitter, tasting ass gravy splashed his lips as he crawled towards the door. I can't stop shitting. Clutching the sink, Nathan pulled himself up. Sweetie, he said, glancing into the mirror, while a brown Al Johnson stared back, mortified. I think I'm dying. A sudden torrent of sphincter chocolate exploded with enough force to slam him against the door. Lost to an awesome buttgasm, he quivered as his limp body collapsed to the floor. The door creaked open. You're stinking up the whole house, Maggie said, before gagging and covering her nose. Jesus fucking Christ, I hope you're not expecting me to clean up this shit. Nathan, stuck with layers upon layers of shit, looked up at his wife. It won't stop. My ass is broken or something. Maggie observed the stream of human sludge flowing from Nathan's ass and slid back out the door. I don't think Trump Care will cover that. What do I do? He called to her like a sick puppy. Have you tried plugging your ass with tampons? Tampons? That's a great idea. Could you get them for me? Wow. Such a funny, wholesome story there about a man being forced to shove tampons up his ass because he won't stop shitting. Wow, that's very humorous there. Ha 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 ha. Well, amazing. But you can just write this off, and it goes on. It keeps going on. I did read this whole thing, but it's just more like describing exactly how shit tastes and how our main protagonist Nathan is in fact drowning in shit and being forced to eat his own shit. Amazing. So, dead man, he's joked about it twice already. 2 strikes, a third strike and you're fucking out. It's confirmed that you are in fact an unironic scat man and you actually enjoy being farted on and brapped on, and that it isn't just a joke. LMFO, this is vile. Oh fuck. If you think this is vile, because remember, he intended this to be like a humorous story. But there are ones he intends to be a little more salacious and in fact titillating. I had to Google who Al Johnson was, I don't get it. I think Al Johnson is probably like a black guy, and he's just saying that because Nathan was covered in shit that he looked like a black man in the mirror. That's what I thought the joke was. Perhaps Mr. Deadman isn't as funny as he might think he is, and this really is just his scat fan fiction. Yeah, the vivid ways in which he describes fucking feces and shit like that really reminds me of when people who were into porn and stuff, whenever they're spelling out whatever fucking sound fart makes, they get really descriptive about it. And it's the most important part of the fetish to them. That's kind of what I saw in Mr. Deadman there. But that was his humorous one. He made this, Turbo Sluts 5000, a collection of short stories. There's fucking tons of them. And these are all his own works. Turbo Sluts is his debut masterpiece into literary fiction that he made. And it's fantastic, I have to say. That it is some of the best sci-fi I myself have ever read in my life. So, I think the wife is a bit upset when she started the Brap streams because it was opening a box she never wanted to open again. Oh, fuck. This is terrible. And I honestly think that, being some fucking guy who's, writing these fan fictions about, eating shit and, farting while, masturbating over it is unironically more pathetic than being a femboy. And I mean that with 100% sincerity. Oof. Yeah, he really thought that Cope video, huffing Praps out of his motorcycle, was gonna do it, was gonna brush off the A-logs, but it wasn't enough. Because we found the jackpot. Like I said, the truth will always come out. So we gotta put on our Brat Protection +4 for this fucking shit. Because it's only gonna get worse as we read Turbo Sluts 5000, Chapter 1, Eat More Pussy. Damn, people have already gone over this. Like, this has been out for a while, but, like, it gets fucking worse. So we'll kind of read a bit of this here. And keep in mind that this isn't intended to be, like, funny or whatever. This is actually intended to be, like, a titillating, like, work. Or perhaps a decent story. Who knows? Al Johnson, engineer, actor, and singer, 1886 to 1950. Like, who would fucking know that? Like, who would fucking know that apart from, like, Mr. Deadman? You know what I mean? Like, that's a joke he just, like, wrote for himself because he thought it would be funny. Okay. You're such a freak. His words dripped with anticipation. Spread eagle on a cheap hotel bed and down to a wife beater and boxers. The man observed as she walked over to the other side of the bed. The rim of the handcuff dug into his wrist. He shook his hands as if it would help. Most girls charge extra for this treatment. Well, I'm not like most girls, she said as she cuffed his other arm. I thought you said you don't normally do this sort of thing. Her eyebrows raised, blue eyes pierced through him. Wow, so Deadman has a type. Asian woman with fucking blue eyes. Her eyebrow raised, blue eyes pierced through him. She snapped the handcuffs to the headboard. He squirmed like a worm on scorching pavement. Wow, Deadman really has taken, like, a basics intro to creative writing 101 there. Don't worry, she said, as she shushed him. Lotus will be taking care of you tonight. She shot him a kiss. A Japanese sex doll with milky skin, long dark hair that fell from her beautiful mounds, and a plump ass with thick thighs. Her porn star bust contained by a black bra, a sweet and sour spot behind a thin layer of silk. She stood behind the bed like a perfect goddess, a goddess corrupted by the vile hand of the nightlife. Ooh, Mr. Deadman simping for fucking whores. All right, excusing their whorish behavior. Yeah, we're going down a hole, alright. Yeah, we're fucking going into the femboy hole. We're going into the Brap hole. The Brap hole from which nothing can survive and nothing can escape the stench of the Brapman's filthy Brap hole. It's all good, but I think these things might be a bit tight. She tugged on the restraints, and the anticipation on his face faded. His cock, however, did not seem to... Wait, what? Concerned, a fat stump of Italian sausage formed a tent in his boxers. Could you loosen these up, right? Oh, that would be fun. Lotus removed her bra, her pale, busty ladies freed from the patriarchal restraints? That's what he's calling a fucking bra, like a patriarchal restraints. Oh, what's up, Bronx Beach? You got your fucking account back. Welcome back, buddy. You know, it's a new year, new me, and we're off to new, brighter horizons. I actually haven't seen Sargoy in a while. I wonder where he's at. I wonder where old Sargoy's at. He's probably found a real life by now, and he's probably out there improving himself and actually doing things that matter. So I'm just fucking kidding. Of course he's not. Give me your milk bags. Of course, baby. The man's eyes fixated on her bust. Now why don't you bring those milk bags over here? Milk bags? A driblet of white leaked out from her nipple. Oh look, I'm still lactating. You want a taste? Oh yeah, so we can add that to the bucket list of Mr. Brapman's fucking fetishes. As she approached, she straddled him, her plump and cushioned ass pressed on his erect member like a sack of weights. As she leaned forward, damn baby, you're crushing my balls. He buckled, and she slapped him. Not yet. Lotus wants to have fun. Yeah, it's like Mr. Deadman must, he's kind of outing himself as a beta who needs to be fucking mommied and shit. He is the sub. The story, he's obviously, like, inserted himself into this Johnny character. He mentions him being, like, fat and stuff and, like, bearded. and stuff. This Johnny man who is being breastfed now. It's obvious that Mr. Deadman wants to be the sub and mommied by some goth Japanese GF who he can fuck. Milk truck just arrived. Do you have milk in your boobs, Mr. Japanese woman? Hey, baby doll, why don't we just get the fucking started? She closed in on his face. A cascade of dark hair enclosed around him. Because Lotus wants to give you the best fuck of your life. That's great, baby. Believe me, no one likes a good fuck more than Johnny, but... Teeth nibbled on his earlobe. Oh, fuck, I want to get to the good part. Fuck. Teeth nibbled on his earlobe. Warm breath poured heavily from his wet lips. But nothing Lotus is going to give you the best fuck of your life, and you're going to enjoy it. Fuck, he gulped. Hey, baby, I only got a 50 on me. So he's fucking like a $50 whore. The fucking lowest caste of robotic whores that exist. Big mounds glazed with the slightest hint of sweat. Pink nipples aroused and ready. She teased him with a taste. A bead of milk splashed on his bearded chin. Yeah, there you go. Fuck, you can really imagine our protagonist Johnny here as being the dead man himself. It all makes sense. Only having $50 in his pocket as a fucking career streamer, it all makes sense. A tongue circled her nipple. The man sucking as if trying to quench an insatiable thirst. That's right, said Lotus. Drink every drop. The man buckled again. Lotus responded by pressing her breasts into his face as he continued to drink. Blah blah blah. This is a lot of dead man fucking just masturbating, writing the story with one hand as none of what's happening here contributes to the story of this dystopian sci-fi cyberpunk future that we see ourselves in. But it gets better. Holy shit! So, we're actually getting to it. Come on, baby, he begged. I want to see that sweet Chinese pussy. First of all, I'm Japanese, she retorted. She sat on his chest and unveiled a freshly shaven tight cock pocket. Second, if you want to fuck it, you gotta lick it. Baby, bring it on. And yeah, of course, to the fucking beta male, sex has to start with, eating out the woman, you know what I mean? No. You gotta be a fucking alpha, bro. Lotus sat on his face, spread her pussy, mounted just slightly as his tongue slithered around. You make Lotus happy. Make Lotus make you happy. Her clit ticked, her pink flesh aroused, her pussy widened as a gaseous burst funneled into his mouth. He squirmed, handcuffed, knocked against the headboards as he desperately tried to reach her. He rocked his head and kicked wildly. Lotus squeezed her thighs and drilled even harder into his face. A stream of acidic gases flowing from her green vapor flowed through her. Green vapor seeped out from her tight grip. Holy fuck. I'm just imagining this because he's a very descriptive writer. I'm just imagining the labia flaps covering Johnny's face like an alien face hugger, and then a fucking gaseous queef billowing down her fucking birth canal directly into his fucking nasal passageways and melting his face. Holy fuck. It's actually fucking amazing. So yeah, she again, this, this is his fucking Brap fetish, dude. It all makes sense. He's into BDSM, we know that because of his, Twitter likes. So, he wrote BDSM into this. He's also into, being a sub, which is why he talked about, drinking fucking breast milk. And, we already know he's into Braps. And he's writing about, having a fucking vaginal belch. Melting his face. Holy shit. I used to hate not having a big chest. Now I love it. Mine are compatible with most teens. And better than most 20s? I don't know. There are no girls on the internet, so you better post your tits with a fucking timestamp, and I'll be the judge of that, buddy. His reddened face, flushed with blood, boiled bulges of flesh expanded like inflated balloons, only to pop with a gory rupture. Blood and pus sprayed from his body. As he contorted and convulsed under her, Lotus tightened her grip as much as she could and let out another acidic stream ripping right through her. The hairs along his flesh burned, released an odor of rotting eggs that permeated the air. You will never be a woman. Holy shit. This is fucking. This is like some shit that you might like. Father Nurgle from 40K has blessed this man Johnny to receive like only but the purest of Nurgle's blessings here as like this acidic like vaginal fucking belch. And this is like a robot like a woman. So like someone made this fucking cyborg to like function like this as an assassin or some shit. Lotus rode his face until his last convulsion. Eat my pussy, she whispered to him. You actually made me moan for a moment. Johnny's face looked like 5-layer dip poured over a skull. That's actually like a very like vivid description of what's happening. I imagine this being like the scene from RoboCop where that guy gets dunked into fucking toxic waste and he becomes all fucked up. Like that's what I'm imagining here. Dead Man is in fact an expert level writer in like visualizing scenes in his head and writing them out in descriptive ways, which really make you feel like you're in the situation. But he's writing about a fucking Chinese woman queefing down a man's throat and rotting his insides. The rot father sends his blessings. Yeah, there was like a description of like some like space marine being tortured by Nurgle, like his body just like rotting and then like regenerating over and over again, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. I'm gonna give you a parting gift. A brown log of shit. Like, look at this. Johnny's face looked like a 5-layer dip poured over a skull. And for that, I'm gonna give you a parting gift. Like, that's clearly, like, Dead Man seeing this as, like, an attractive fucking, like, erotic thing. You know, because he's writing this into the story. A brown log of shit squeezed out of Lotus's sphincter and splashed in thick globs on Johnny Boy's face. Not a savage, Lotus wiped her ass on his boxers, using his still erect dick as a shit stick, of course. Johnny's DJ Axel. Oh fuck. DJ is a degenerate. Like he's in fact more of a degenerate than I originally thought. I'm starting to think it's not ironic with DJ Axel either, but we'll get into him later. Like this keeps fucking going. By the way, this is like an entire like book series. This is only like story arc number 1, and like that's like the entire story so far is just like this graphic like fucking sex scene. Oh god, we're running out of power. Hello, Rudy. Hello, Gross. What up? Someone gotta write Greta Brap fanfic costume. Hot tip, it's not ironic. No, like, I don't know, DJ's a bit fucking disgusting at this point, really. Kind of a total fucking degenerate, but we'll get into that in a bit. This keeps going, by the way. Dead Man's new book is raw, unfiltered Kino. Oh, this fucking is, man. This is what he should have pursued, but it didn't work. So he decided to become a big-time e-celeb, perhaps in order to promote his book series. But, they got eyes on the book. I actually had to fucking, sign up for fucking Amazon to get this. So he's making rounds in the fucking community already. Alright. I'm glad I can tell you it's not ironic. I wish it was. Fuck, we'll get into that because we'll get into that in a minute. Lotus climbed out of bed and put her breasts back into captivity. She slid her arms into a denim jacket that remained unbuttoned and pulled up a pair of silk-tight jeans, searched Johnny's sack and found a rough leather wallet, a few $100s, and crumpled up receipts, a condom, and a picture of an Asian girl smiling. She pocketed the cash in a small purse and paused to examine the photo. That's kind of a funny detail there that he really goes into describing exactly how this woman's dressed. You know, as if to make you sure, to make sure you know exactly the type of woman he's writing about, so you're not confused at all with this headcanon at all. At this time, all his crazy books were on his website this entire time, and no one even looked. Yeah, it's because like he's so fucking boring, bro. He's so fucking boring that like no one would go through his like books and read them unless they know that it was like full of fucking like ha 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 like ironic like shit stuff. You know. I read Dead Man's book over a year ago, but no one ever listens to Little Grossi. Well, hello, signs. Singed Halo. Fuck. Like, I don't know, man. This is news to me, even though this is like years old and apparently people have known about it. It's fucking news to me. Like, I didn't even know. No one even knows, like, who any of these fucking people are and, like, their deep lore. Like, at all. You won't be fucking anymore, will you, Johnny boy? She said as she placed the photo in her bra. She went to the door and paused. You're less than shit, you fucking kid fucker. What? She shook her head, took a deep breath, and somehow managed to maintain her shaking finger. He's dead, and thought the wrongs he committed could never be reversed. She could find peace knowing that the bastard couldn't harm another. She searched her thoughts and closed her eyes and found comfort in the fact that she killed them. So that's what the story's about. Like these cyber augmented like super sluts are going around luring fucking men into bed so they can have kinky sex with them and fucking kill them. Like wow. Holy shit. That you know, there are actually a lot of like female power fantasies. There are actually a lot of female power fantasies that like center around like women doing just that. I think there was a fucking movie about like it was a movie made by women, but it was about these like chicks who went around like fucking like rich and powerful men and then like killing them and like blackmailing them and shit like that. So like Dead Man is really he's really tapped in to the female mind here and is in fact he's written them so well that he understands women's desires innately. Brapman, Kino, those bells in the cat ears. Yeah, buddy. This genre is called bizarro fiction, by the way. Oh god, I don't think he's intending this to be bizarre. In fact, well, I mean, it is bizarre, but there's a fucking hint of like sincerity here that really can't be looked past. Remember, guys, if Mersh sees any one of you in Jim's chat, you're done. Fuck. There seems to be a lot of people committing suicide on the internet lately, like with Jack Dorsey and Mersh. I get the feeling that if he never did that like typewriter thing, you know, the ting 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 ting, shh, you know, no one would ever fucking know who he is, and like no one would fucking care. You know, like I don't know who he is, but after I saw that fucking overreaction to that shit, I became interested. Same with Jack Dorsey. Did he say he bought a fart jar? I don't fucking know. But again, like now that we know that Mr. Deadman is into Braps, like we can just go back into his backlog and find all these fucking ironic jokes he's making about like sucking farts and like it's just a joke, you know. But now we know the truth. Ludi-san, do you know about the Aussie F1 driver Mark Webber? You look heaps like him. Mark Webber. I don't know, the name sounds familiar. I used to be into like rally racing and shit like that and like following that stuff. I don't know. I'm a very handsome, defined man, so like it's no surprise that I look a lot like I look a lot like other handsome men. Google it, you look exactly like him. Oh sure, we'll do it afterwards. This is This Week in Nectar, so we have to get through the shit. Google it. Fine, we'll do it real fast. Does this mean I'm gonna make you guys? What, this guy? This man? What? Oh, fuck. That guy looks like fucking Ed Sheeran mixed with, like fucking Ronald Weasley from Harry Potter. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, F1, okay. You know, did you know? Oh, like that guy. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Well, he has the official logo of the Rudy Ranch on his jacket. Wrong guy? I don't know who the fuck you're talking about then. Like, shit, you know, this guy kind of looks like me. He has the British phenotype. Well, anyway, the Brapman fanfiction kind of goes on. There's like a few more like things to kind of go over with this. And this is the world building. He's really thought about how these androids function. Shame you're gay. You're pretty cute, Rudy Coleman. Yeah, okay, like I'm gonna fucking hunt down e-girls from my chat and fucking groom them to come to the Rudy Ranch. Yeah. No, you know, sorry, girls. You know, I'm already taken. Someone else already holds the key to my heart. So you just have to have your erotic fantasies in your mind, where I'm fucking you and we're in a relationship. Sorry, it's just not gonna happen. Rudy's Australian cousin. Only sweaty men for Rudy Ranch. You know old Rudy. Did everything go well? You seem a bit shaken, said Mama. Her synthesized. What the fuck is wrong with me? Can you guys start donating to me so I can get speech therapy and fucking pronounce basic words? Synthesized tones formed a harmonic calming chorus. No, I'm fine. Just a motherfucker knew how to use his tongue. Lotus pressed up against her left breast, and a teeny compartment opened at the top. Electronic circuitry encased a small vial with milky streaks. So that explains how she's able to lactate. Like, it's a very vivid description. Like, you know, if you've ever seen what a breast looks like on the inside, it is kind of covered with like veins that kind of look like wiring. So those electronic wiring are mixed in with like small vials of milk wrapped around like the cording, and that's how she's able to produce milk. This is incredible world building here. How is she able to shit? I don't know. Perhaps we'll find that out. Fruity Rudy. Write some Brap fiction about Rudy. Fuck, man. It's only a matter of time until like Rudy Wojak porn is released. I anticipate it greatly. Why did you give him a chance? Didn't she use the cryotoxic milk? Spoken like an overbearing mother. She pulled out a vial and tossed it. I forgot, but I had a backup. She lodged a finger into her belly button and pulled out a small vial with a faint green glow. It'll be the last pussy he ever eats. She slid it back into her belly button until she heard a distinct click. Yeah, this is like it's a very weird subgenre of people attracted to like like android women. Oof. You know, Mr. Brapman, it seems like his ultimate sexual fantasy is to have the Tay AI inserted into that like big titted. You know, it's like anime like androids from like 4chan that are like maids and shit like that. You know, that's kind of the waifu he fucking wants. And that's what he's writing about. These like dominant women that are like independent and shit. And they're off on their own quest to fucking BTFO child sexual predators. You know, men who are fucking creepy. Oof, it's kind of weird. But yeah, it fucking goes on. It's kind of like an orange. I kind of think about it, but don't think too much about it. Rudy with the booty. No, I gotta get my squat game up. Don't worry. E-girls in chat love you. Well, fuck. Where's Bubbles? Where's Bubbles? The number one e-girl. Damo. I know I have my own. Damo has his own e-girl. Fucking Bubbles. Now I have my own too. It's amazing. You know, it's like I told you. Just be a good person and be yourself, and eventually people will flock to you, wanting to fucking jump on your cock. It's amazing. It's amazing. So this Brap fiction fucking continues. Have you ever thought about getting on HRT, Rudy? No. I was a femboy, never a troom. I don't think you can change your fucking gender. You just can't. I was going to talk about HRT femboys at one point. That's for another day. Because it's fucking cringe as fuck. So, now the dead man has entered maximum fucking cope mode. Well, imagine you ego, Rudy. You're jealous of the demo. Sad. No, he actually has this woman called fucking Bubbles who like joined Discord just to fucking talk to the guy, and she like watches like every single one of his fucking streams. So like he has his own e-girl. Now I have mine too. I've rented some fur fags like Furry S and Singed Halo from the DJ Axel community, and now they are the femboys of the Rudy Ranch. Bubbles is my friend. I know. You don't have an e-girl. Well, the e-girl has always been within me. I became my own e-girl. So, suck on that. So, essentially, Mr. Deadman has entered maximum fucking cope mode. His Brap fanfictions have been exposed again. Like, they're already out there. They're on his fucking website originally. And now, like, this fucking retarded corner of the internet has fucking found them. So now he's asking for an armistice with the fucking demo. Like, what? What? You're asking for an armistice in, like, some gay internet war? Where the only objective is to make you look as fucking stupid as possible? For laughs? What? There's no fucking surrender. So, like, Mr. Deadman didn't take my advice that I gave him when he first spoke with the demo, is that you should just laugh at an autistic fat retard on the internet, make fun of his fucking bird shit and his retarded brother, and just dab on him like that. But he got, like Deadman unironically handled this worse than I handled my fucking femboy shit. You're wearing cat ears? Yeah, buddy. Well, no, these are actually my ears. I have decided to become a communist cat girl. And my transition to becoming a bread tuber has started this instantly. It started today. I'm a trans person. I'm transitioning from alpha male to beta male paid. Yeah, sneaky dead man. So it wasn't even a armistice. He dunked on Axel. Well, again, he makes this video essentially saying like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Like, stop coming after me, like making fun of me," because like apparently now like his family's been doxxed. They found out who Charlie the Black Bull was who's cucking his wife, and they fucking doxed him through that. So like he makes this video like apologizing and saying he just wants to have like fun on the internet. And this is so shameful that my son would resort to this.
Move forward. Like we don't need to interact. We don't need, like, the rift between us is pretty good, pretty big. And we both said things that punch pretty low and get.
This is so gay. This is so gay. Going onto the internet and squashing internet beefs and like making videos where you let your fans know that you're all cool with this fucking person and that you don't want to speak to them anymore. Just like all you had to do was like not fucking talk about the guy. Like all you have to do is like not fucking talk about this person at all, and the demo war would have been over. You know what I mean? Like I was able to kill the demo because I'm actually smart about things and I'm a charismatic person. Deadman here, unfortunately, he's a bit lacking in that department, perhaps. So his best course of action, I instructed him, was to just ignore the demo and like dab on him for being a retard. You have the cow thread and you can go over all that shit now and like build a story about him being a fucking idiot. That's pretty much like the best you can do against this person. But no, you got filtered by an autistic samurai on the fucking internet, and that you ended up like making a fucking armistice video where like you bow to him. Well, Rudy, you did have a little help from a few onions now, didn't you? Oh, fuck. That was like a combined struggle between like 5 different groups of autistic fucking retards. You know that picture of like the 4 hands like pulling apart the swastika? It was like that with like, Dark Ninja, me, like the fucking piss takers and Mormon Shaggy all pulling apart his fat retarded gun. Apparently, dunking on disabled people requires charisma. Well, no, not really. I mean, like, fuck. Like, if you can, like, build a case against someone, it does require, like, a bit of charisma to, like, perhaps see, like, negative aspects about people and, like, perhaps, like, find out why he's like that. Like, I found out looking through the Deimos history is that, like, he really doesn't have, like, the grounds to fucking call anyone else insane or, like, mentally retarded when those things are, like, true about himself, you know? So that's what you can gain from looking through, like, someone's fucking past. What we gained looking through Deadman's past is that he fucking unironically is into fucking scat and like shit play. Ooh, God. It's pretty fucked. So, no longer his cool guy persona is dead now. He is now Mr. Brapman, and he has to like live with that moniker forever. It's never going away. It's never going away. It's been solidified forever. And you kind of helped push it in that direction by making the Brapman video. We got through the femboy scandal, Rudy. We did it, Rudy bros. Yep. I'm fucking completely unstoppable. And that's really because what I did wasn't as fucking disgusting as writing like a fan fiction about eating shit. Don't even think that blog made it to the cow thread. Fuck, again, because, like, Dable's kind of, like, fucking uninteresting. Like, whatever. It was just the fact that he was, like, doing fucking Xanax and had, like, a brother who was, like... You know, I have nothing against the guy's brother. You know, he has Asperger's just like I do. So, like, you know, whatever. It's just funny that he's saying that Mormon Shaggy was, like, fucking insane and, like, degenerate. Whatever. We won that arc. In my mind. Let's go back and read some more super chats. Wasn't he planning the DJ Axel trap leaks even at this point? Well, exactly. Like he kind of like he realized that he realized that like, oh, perhaps DJ has like worse lore than I do, so I can like make a video exposing him for being a fucking weirdo. But like it turns out that was just like gay like Discord drama, and like nothing really amounted to it. It didn't even do like really good research into DJ Axel, because I found fucking shit about him that Mr. Deadman didn't. Oh, someone's sending me a bunch of fucking shit. I don't know. It's like DJ Axel lore. I guess we'll read over that eventually. Where is it? Yeah, so I was looking through, as DJ Axel was looking through Mr. Deadman's, thinks his ex-mod sent Deadman those screenshots, but Deadman himself found them. Yeah, it's fucking weird. That video, that stream he did yesterday was totally incomprehensible to anyone who was in a fucking Discord fag, and it's just retarded as fuck to even like care about that. But as people were going through Mr. Brapman's Twitter likes and finding all these like dominatrix fucking people that he follows, I was going through someone else's fucking Twitter likes and found some fucking weird shit. So I don't have access to DJ Axel's like Twitter right now, but I doubt anyone will find this hard to believe that he had this fucking person in his, like, he was following this person. Don't believe everything Percep tells you. Percep doesn't, like, speak to me. I know he has a folder about Rudy, but, like, that's it. So, you know, if it's fair to say that Mr. Brapman is into farts because he jokes about it, like in a ha-ha-ha ironic sense, you know, it turned out that was true about Mr. Brapman, that he's into shit. So, you know, when DJ fucking jokes about, like being a fucking pedophile, like, ironically, and, you know, there might be a little more, like, going on behind the scenes with that shit. And I don't really think he can fucking play, like following this person off as being ironic. So, yeah. Like, I'm literally going through his, like, fucking Twitter likes, and I find this. this is a baby fur like rapper.
Spend my allowance. They allow us. No way around it. I'm feeling down 'cause I'm on my way up. Got my grades
Academics, please respond.
upgraded. Tuck a truck, pull
It's
up.
ironic.
I am just a kid.
Yeah, this guy wrote this ironic rap song about being a fucking baby fur and like filmed it in like VR chat.
I am just a kid. Don't know what I did. Only you can say so. La la la. Singing how I live. Only you can say so. Take so. What's the hold up? I'm screaming Coca-Cola. So maybe you can.
Yeah, bro, that's just that's just ironic shit. Like with all the bara like furry porn stuff. I mean, there's like that's kind of excusable. I mean, fuck, being into like bara furry porn, that's whatever. It's disgusting. But like joking about like being into fucking kids is like incredibly fucking retarded. Like I don't know why out of like everything would you fucking joke about like that one specific thing? Like it really doesn't fucking make sense. I gotta find this guy's fucking Twitter. This like baby fur like rapper because I did look through it and I really should have saved it. Yeah, here it is. So like this fucking guy, man, like like holy shit, this isn't like again like this baby fur thing isn't like a one-off thing he kind of did as a joke. Like it's a serious fucking thing. What is bara? Bara is like buff like men, like buff anime men or like buff like fur fags or whatever. They're like men of like legal age. It's disgusting, but it's whatever. Like joke about that. Like why fucking joke about like fucking children? It almost seems like he's kind of testing the waters to see what he can get away with. And I think that's pretty fucking disgusting, to be honest. But like he's following people like this. Like this like baby fur rapper. Like this is like someone who's like completely unironic. Like he's making fucking art of like his like persona in overalls and his fucking race car bed. Like in diapers and shit. It's totally like an unironic thing here. Like Jesus Christ, look at this fucking guy. He's like a Toys R Us giraffe fucking head. Rambot loves bara. That wouldn't fucking surprise me. Oh wait, bara is a fish caught with abos. I doubt Rambot can even fish. Like yeah, look at this. Like there's him streaming. Someone is watching their stream in VR chat in like their kids' room, like within like their VR chat, and they're just like watching this guy do his own like VR chat stream in his fucking kids' room. Like it's really fucking weird. It's a really weird thing, but like nothing really surprises me with like fur fags anymore. It doesn't surprise me that they're into like baby fur and like eating shit out of fucking diapers, but you can't really like play that off as a fucking joke. Like again and again and again, people are gonna see right through that. It's just fucking weird. Like no. Wow, so breaking, not live news alert. DJ Axel might actually be a fucking weirdo. I don't know, his music sounded pretty good. That's the weird thing. Like it is like very well like produced and like made like technically, but he's rapping about like being a fucking fur fag and like diapers and shit. Like why not literally do like anything else with your talent? Holy shit. It's just a fucking it's literally just a rabbit hole that you can keep going down. Like it just never fucking ends. It never fucking ends. And perhaps some careers should end. Like this baby fur rapper. He perhaps should end his own life live on stream. And perhaps DJ Axel should end his own life live on stream now that he has been exposed as being a total fucking degenerate. It's over. It's over, but it's not over. It's not over for everyone. It's not over for everyone. For some people, endings a little too esoteric for your taste. Oh fuck! I guess I just don't understand the ironic subtexts of being like a diaper for online. Is this some like some fucking epic ploy, like some post-ironic, like 10 layers of irony to own the chuds, or perhaps the femboys online? Well, fuck, I don't know. I guess I'm not as well versed in sexual degeneracy as perhaps DJ Axel is. But you know what? There's one thing they always say about irony is that eventually you will be joined by people who don't think you're being ironic and perhaps think you're being serious. So I mean, if you go around like fucking, talking about like molesting children, like most people aren't gonna see that as a fucking joke, perhaps. Oh God. But for some people, death is truly a beginning. With Mr. Brapman dead and Mr. DJ Axel dead, there are other people dropping like flies. And this other person is in fact our girl, Lindsay Ellis. Oh fuck. So, another person has now decided to commit suicide live on fucking the internet. It seems to be the season for it. We got the seasonal depression going along with winter. It just seems to be a good time to kill yourself on the fucking internet. And that's what we're seeing. Yes, it's post-ironic. It helps win the race war. Play more of the baby fur music to save the white race. Alright. The guy, that's like a serious career though. He has like a whole fucking thing like for it. It's like the weirdest shit ever. Yeah, I'm gonna be the first OG nigga to roll up in fucking Pampers, bro. Straight up, for real. So, Lindsay Ellis has decided to commit internet suicide, Sunset Sudoku style, by her own hands. Or perhaps it was by the hands of cancel culture. Yes, that is what we're going to blame this on, cancel culture again. Wow. It's almost as if you fucked up joining BreadTube, this community of, ever goalpost shifting Puritans whose only merit for success is defined by how morally righteous they can be. So, of course, BreadTubers always be throwing each other under the bus in order to gain social brownie points. A base diaper build, Rudy. Oh, fuck. So, the BreadTubers have now sacrificed Lindsay Ellis to the corn because, in fact, they needed it. The second you kind of you move out of the second you do something problematic, you'll get canceled, and everyone who is associated with you has to disavow you now. Otherwise, they're associating with a Nazi white supremacist person. That's just kind of how like communists regulate people and gatekeep within their own communities. So it's finally happened to Lindsay Ellis. She wanted to go around canceling fucking Doug Walker and throwing people like Spoonie under the bus. But the guns are finally turned against her. And well, she doesn't fucking like it when that happens. Bubbles is afraid Rudy won't face him in the marketplace of ideas. Well, fuck, I already owned Damo in the marketplace of ideas. I already fucking owned him with that stream I did on him and that video I did on, dabbing on him because I wouldn't join his gay little Christmas stream. I fucking won. So anyway, Lindsay Ellis quits fucking YouTube and everything entirely. Damn, retards BTFO. Alright. She quits the internet entirely, but she leaves her fucking Patreon up and she leaves one final parting message. Goodbye to all of her fans. Everyone has supported her over the years since she's decided to become the nostalgia chick and make video essays online for money. Walking away from Obios. This was going to be a YouTube video, but I just don't have it in me to invite that kind of scrutiny to be the last in the sick, sad line of YouTubers who get all weepy on camera and cry about how they just can't stand to do this anymore. Boo hoo hoo. It's amazing. It's amazing. She's already trying to frame this as not a cope post by shifting. I don't know where I was going with that, but she really doesn't want this to come off as like a cope thing at all. So she's trying to distance herself from people who fucking cry on the internet about being bullied and about not having fun on the internet anymore because in fact the clout has dried up. We actually saw this with the Demo himself making that video coming out of character for the first time. And but this isn't at all like that. This is like not pathetic. Imagine that, but not pathetic at all. 2022 is going to be a super Kino year, I can tell you. I started to like Damo until he started dating DJ Axel. Well, the reason why he's dating DJ Axel apparently is because he needs like a fucking e-daddy to like force feed him, like spoon feed him content. That's why he collaborated with the Jadanks army in the past, and they ended up fucking him. And the only reason why he like collaborated with those people is because he can't like do anything for himself. He's not creative enough to make videos and like find topics by himself. So he needs other people to go out and like find that shit for him. Amazing. By the way, Axel is Damo's puppet. Oh fuck. I guess Axel must be pretty fucking stupid if he's being controlled and sissy hypnotified by the Damo. Who knows? I plan to move content to Nebula, but I realize now that doing that is just keeping wounds wide open. My life ended 9 months ago, and what has been taking up bandwidth ever since then has just been a ghost. It's almost funny how people will insist I have lost nothing, because subscriber count is the only metric for success and cancel culture doesn't exist. One YouTube channel chugging along on algorithmic inertia is not success. It's an engine driving on fumes. Well, sorry to say this, Lindsay, but you just didn't have what it takes. You didn't have what it takes to become an epic Doug Walker, nostalgia critic, media analytical person. You just kind of wanted it for your own fucking personal clout. And in the end, you wanted to destroy Doug Walker. Because your entire internet career was essentially built on hate. It ended up getting the best of you and infecting your fucking soul and rotting you from the inside. That's what happens when you're just like a bitter, despicable person out to get revenge on people. The wardrobe gets worse every stream. What are you talking about? This is my, I'm a communist cat girl. That's who I've always been on the inside. I'm transitioning to achieve that now. 2022, the year of the... I sent you some Kino memes. Check the DMs when you can. Sure, we'll go over that after Lindsay. Many will say this is being melodramatic, that my life isn't over, that there are absolutely nothing stopping me from brushing myself off, building back up goodwill, and shutting up and playing the game. I tried in that way. I suppose it's good that I did, because I needed to learn the hard way when it comes that I was never going to work. There is no unfucking this. You can't find the energy if there is something left to convert it to. You can't be a better person if there is nothing, if you are nothing but a fucking hollow shell of one. You see, this is what your life becomes. Chasing after that fucking views and clicks and like trying to like discover how to like ride the algorithm to like clout and like even more fame than you have. Like if that's the life of a content creator is one of like constant dopamine seeking and thrill seeking, this will be your life. If you decide to become a YouTuber and make content indefinitely for however fucking long, and if like the only thing you care about is becoming popular and like spreading like a communist message like BreadTuber wants to, the second you start losing momentum, you'll just feel like shit. And you'll try and recapture that, like, your first 15 minutes of fame that you had when you initially, like, hit the stage and you were new and fresh and everyone wanted, like, you were the next big fucking thing. But eventually that, like, initial hype died down and your entire life was just chasing that dragon from that moment on. It's terrible. You would make such a beautiful woman. Ew, ew. Well, unfortunately, you guys did miss yesterday, which was Femboy Friday. Oh well. 2021 has been the worst year of my life. Yeah. Yeah, you and you alone. Rudy's the newest bread tuber. Yeah, you know it, baby. You can't possibly say I'm an alt-right or neo-Nazi given my history on the internet and what I've decided to post. 2021 has been the worst year of my life. I'm traumatized by it to this day. I still have people scolding me now that I handled it, that I should have handled it differently, that I should have controlled my stands, as if I had the capacity to know what any of these people were saying to strangers on Twitter while I was shitting blood for weeks on end. The worst thing about this whole year is that I can't even admit this trauma because it's all rhetorical devices that people have come up with to dismiss it. So like Discord drama and like shit on Twitter that the audience does not give like one fuck about. You know what I mean? Like someone just watching your fucking videos and binging them isn't gonna care about some fucking Twitter drama that you had. Like it's all in your fucking head. You know what I mean? But that is just the nature of BreadTube. Is that like no fucking problem can like be just like left alone and they constantly have to be brought up because if you think anything problematic it must mean that like deep down within your soul there's some ingrained like racism there that has to be like weeded out and destroyed. So no sin can be left unpunished. Show Spoonie Twitter. Oh fuck, sure. I guess Spoonie is like the next fucking like fuck. All the end path of any e-celeb seems to be just becoming like a Spoonie one. Having thousands upon thousands of people you've never met like hate you and say whatever will get me on twitter.com to the tune of thousands of retweets and tens of thousands of likes, and I just had to like sit there and take it. My favorite part of the people who dismiss any potential harm I might have incurred as justified because I'm a wealthy white woman. I am not wealthy. Well, I mean, fuck, you have like a Patreon getting like $10,000 a month. I consider that like fucking rich by my standards. Holy shit. While these are the same people's hearts that positively bled for Britney Spears, well, I mean, you don't fucking know that. Like, what the hell? She just has like she's like blaming these other people for having like a retarded headcanon of who she is and like what goes on in her mind, but like she's like positive that these people would feel differently about like someone else who like wasn't involved in like fucking BreadTube. It's just like retarded as fuck. But again, like she's saying like the reason why she got chased off of fucking Twitter is because of like these people like retweeting like shit against her. Like all you had to do, Lindsay, was fucking close your eyes. All you had to do, bitch, was fucking close your eyes. But she couldn't even do that. She couldn't even do that for $10,000 fucking dollars a month. So and it has to be like BreadTube has to be a fucking grift because all these like even the minor BreadTubers seem to get like a shit ton of money like way like out of like disproportionate to how much like subscribers they actually have. It's fucking crazy. These people don't see how similar talking points are to the same boomer bootstrapping parent style that I thought most of us had agreed was abusive. Well, I guess, deep down that, like, bootstrapping fucking lifestyle that the boomers instilled into you was actually true deep down innately, ingrained into humans. Where were you for the Black Parade, Rudy? I don't you said that, you asked me that yesterday, and I have no fucking idea what that means, Surfer. You're gonna have to explain that to me. I don't even know what a chud is. I got it from the Medicare stream. Chud is just like a word for like a right-winger. You know how like we call people like trannies and like cucks and like soy boys and shit? Chud is just like their word for us, essentially. That's all it fucking means. And then like the people on 4chan, they just turned like essentially they made the meme of like the chud face. In order to mock Pole, they made this like fucking chud jack. Like they made this to make fun of like how Poltards like look, and that was like spammed as to say like, oh, you're not like this ubermensch like bronze statue person that you portray in all these like Giga Chad like Fash Wave memes. You're just a retard like that. So the 4chan people just turned it around, and they made like, fuck, I can't find it, but they made like a Chad version of the Chud, and they said that like Chud just meant like stud plus Chad equals Chud or whatever. They just like turned it around completely and just spat it back in their face. You know, kind of like Stone Toss did with Among Us. These people are fucking terrible at memeing, and it sucks ass. It just fucking sucks ass. Rudy would never belittle himself by going on Damo's stream. Damo, if he wants to stream with me, the only stream I'll have with him is if he plays Street Fighter 5 with me and I fucking beat his ass, and then he has to delete his channel afterwards. After I win. Define BreadTube for boomers. BreadTube is just like the communist, like people on YouTube who are like sympathetic to communism and generally make like political videos based on that. It's kind of a term that like the community came up with for like YouTubers who do that. Like no one who's in like BreadTube really identifies as a BreadTuber. It was only like Quentin Reviews that really did that. The left can't meme. They think we're all Bible built gun. Yeah, exactly. Like if you have like a fucking, you know what I mean? Like like the right wing really is a fucking diverse community where you have like fucking femboys running around as well, like along with all the other like Nazis. So I mean, if you're trying to own someone by like making a meme of them, like there's some fucking redneck in like a trailer park, like you know you're not really gonna get any fucking W's there, and you're never gonna really offend people because you can't be like clever about it at all. Like I really fucking hated that. People used to say to me when I used to get into arguments on Reddit with people would say to me that like, oh, you just think that because you live in like a trailer park. It's like, no, like why don't you actually why don't you actually say something about what I believe instead of like assuming that I'm like a fucking retarded redneck or whatever. Ugh. Rudy's still being a Grinch even after Christmas. Well, my decorations are still up outside, so it must be Christmas. It's Christmas somewhere in the world. Anyway, let's continue. Twitter called people out. Oh my god, this is so pathetic. So she just fucking goes on. Like, this is such a fucking long post, and I don't know if I want to read this all, but we'll just keep going. One of the most common tools of exclusion is through mobbing, which is rarely talked about because unlike rape murder, it's not easy to pin on a single person or scapegoat. Mobbing is emotional abuse practiced by a group of people, usually peers over a period of time, through methods such as gaslighting, rumor mongering, ostracization. It's most documented in workplace or academic environments, i.e. key points of capitalist tension. So she's blaming like the actions of her fucking communist like sub-community on the internet on capitalism still. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what, these people will find a way to blame like their shitty actions on like someone else. You know, it's like you're never gonna fucking grow up and like learn from this mistake, Lindsay, because in your mind, like you've done like nothing wrong. You know, joining a fucking communist like sub-faction of the internet wasn't a bad idea in your mind. It's how everyone else treated you. So like again, this is just how like naturally fucking communist societies function with like people ratting on each other for being idiots. Rudy can't say long words. Rudy, you look like someone who lives in a trailer park. I don't blame them for thinking that. Well, no, not really. I'm actually very, very wealthy by the standards of the people who live in my city. So get fucked, bitch. Get fucked, bitch. The Colemans have worked very hard to establish the Rudy Ranch. It will not be taken away from them. In our most profitable year. Can be. Rudy can't say long words. Hell yeah. Can you review Big Liz? Bubbles will pay you. I don't know. It usually strong power to damage the victim's relationship to society because it can't be written off as an outlier or some singular monster. It reveals a fundamental truth about people that makes it difficult ever to trust again. People become like aliens, like a pack of animals that can turn on you as soon as a mysterious pheromone shift marks you for death. Well, that's true in like any fucking internet community. Like IP2, our fucking community, they turned on the demo the second he became a sped and started throwing at onions. We sacrificed dead man to the corn for a bountiful brap harvest of fucking Kino. That just happens on the fucking internet. People like drama, like even fucking communists do apparently. So like, you know, the second that like a YouTuber can make a fucking video going over the Lindsay Ellis drama, like of course they're going to, because you know that's gonna get attention and that's gonna like bolster them up as a content creator, having defeated some evil racist homophobic person such as Lindsay Ellis. Australians have never made anything funny. LOL, it's fine. Her community is running other people's careers, though it only became a problem when the mob turned on her. Amazing. Yeah, like her entire fucking channel was essentially like dabbing on people for being problematic and like not like progressive. But like the second that's true about her, like it isn't okay. Like all of a sudden, these are mistakes that like should be forgiven. You know, when she made like a joke about Asian people, you know that's a human mistake that anyone can make, and it isn't indicative of any like ingrained racism. But if I were to do that, well, it's obvious that I'm only doing that because I see these people as less than human, and I myself, in fact, I'm like a neo-Nazi monster. Well, it's amazing how that works. Mobbing typically occurs in places where the victim is trapped by some need or obligation, work, school, circles of friends. This can prolong exposure to damaging extremes. For these reasons, PTSD is almost an inevitable outcome for any protracted mobbing cases. So, like, Lindsay is unironically saying that she has fucking PTSD from being trolled, cyberbullied on the fucking internet by BreadTube. And all she had to do was, like, close her fucking eyes. Like, holy shit. And she's talking about, like, oh god, woe is me, I was trapped in this situation because of my obligations for fucking work. Well, you did that to yourself, bitch. You decided to become a big-time e-celeb. You knew the fucking risks and what would happen. You saw it happen with Doug Walker. You tried to kill Doug Walker yourself, but oh no, the hatred consumed your heart. And then people just saw that you were a bitter person and fucked with you, I guess. Holy shit. So she goes on about, like, some fucking transgender person who was, like, bully jerked, bully sided off the internet. Like, whatever. Isabel Fall case is almost a textbook example of how online mobbing harms people, and how the people who participated in these mobs never engage in any self-reflection. Well, I mean, why would they? They've just bashed some evil Nazi off the internet and made them commit suicide, so why wouldn't they feel guilty? They've been conditioned to believe that this is like an objectively good thing that they've just done here. Sup guys? Sup Jojo? Is Rudy or PPP a worse roommate? PPP poos on the toilet seat, Ruby yoinks beer, Rudy yoinks beers. Yeah, you know old Rudy. You know old Rudy, always fucking yoinking beers from the fridge. Hide your beers, because Rudy's coming to the fucking house. That's funny. We steal each other's shit all the time, so it's really not that bad. Would you call the police on Rudy if he stole your beers? No, he'd have to fucking fight me to the death. I'll fight you to the death, bitch. And guess what? I'm already shit-faced from all the beers I just stole from you, so I'm not gonna fucking feel a thing when you wail on me. And then you better hope I don't get a fucking lucky hit on you and knock you the fuck out, because I'll take a shit just like Mr. Brapman right on your fucking face. And then I'll have some Asian bitch queef down your throat and fucking kill you, bitch. That's what you get for fucking with me. I am the big dog of the fucking house. The fridge is mine, bitch. You know, I'm the fucking landlord. Your fridge? Oh, I think not. I think not, little rent hog. We also have a problem with all poop. Nah, man, you know, Rudy was the dominant alpha top with all the femboys. I destroyed many a good femboy, ruined them completely, and forever. It's tragic. Anyway, we gotta continue. Blah blah blah. It's all fucking good gay shit. She talks about like, is downright charming. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so like this tranny got fucking bullied off the internet, and people are now attacking Lindsay for like making like this all about her like appropriating a trans woman's struggles being bullied online with her own like rightfully earned abuse for being a fucking racist. Was that that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no, appropriating all the struggles of a transgender woman. So, like, essentially, she's really fucking depressed. Rudy, answer that flashing Steam message. Okay, let's see what it is. Oh, it's like one of these fucking people. Like, look at this. It's like one of these fucking people who wants my, like, TF2 hats. These are, like, the only fucking friend requests I get from people who want to, like, scam me for my TF2 hats. Well, guess what, bitch? That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Because those TF2 hats, those are like 90% of my fucking net worth. Those are pretty much my Bitcoin investments right there. So if you fucking take those from me, I'll probably kill myself. You should have told your roommate's gay friend to shove his beer money. Well, I couldn't really, because he told me I can only have 2 beers and I took 4, so I was a fucking asshole there. And I deserve to be pressed on stream like a fucking IP2. Like an IP2 member. Jesus Christ. So anyway, I don't know. Lindsay has like this huge fucking post. There's like one more funny thing that she mentions here. So the only thing I can do now is keep this page active with the loose promise that someday I'll figure something out in the future and make up for this. Well, you guys asking me to please stop messaging me for apologizing for not being able to subscribe anymore. You don't owe me anything. This Patreon is like my own career, just running on fumes. I think she mentioned that she has like employees. Like, I don't. The only thing I can. Oh, yeah. But all I know now is that being in the public eye at all is a losing game. I regret all of it. Every time I've ever stood up for anyone, it always backfires. Every time I pushed against something someone did unjust, it always used to hurt me. Every time I ever stood up for myself, I never did it correctly. Every time I showed any vulnerability, it's just more ammunition to be used against me later. I regret every time I ever tried to play the game with peers and colleagues. They will drop you the second you aren't popular on Twitter anymore. Oh, boo-hoo, Lindsay Ellis. Wow, like this is all like very, very important to you, that people fucking look up to you and like fucking suck you off metaphorically. Your fucking internet friends. You never have fucking internet friends, Lindsay. And I think the main problem with fucking BreadTube is that they really think they can like instill communism within their generation. Like all it fucking takes is to like radicalize like one fucking generation. And they seriously believe that they're capable of like doing this. This is like a serious political movement. Like, I think the right wing fucking learned that after Trump, that like LARPing online and as like like Nick Fuentes and shit like that, trying to change America from your fucking basement. It can't be done. And the BreadTubers still think that that's like a possibility. So they all have to band together and like work together to achieve this goal of communism. But since everyone has like a different definition of like success in fucking communism, you always have to weed out the fucking unpure people. So, what ends up happening in these fucking circles is just they devolve into infighting who should really be the leader of the fucking movement and like who's the most pure. So it'll just like devolve into like ideological purity spiraling as like these people rat each other out in order to try and like gain clout or move up within the community for felting someone who's a fucking racist neo-Nazi. It's just absolutely terrible. Like the Nazi community is unironically like more accepting than like these people are. It's fucking crazy. I can't imagine living in a world governed by people like this. But it is the reality that they want to make. Real alpha chads cage their roosters. Yeah, buddy, you know it. That is my nofap cage. It is my promise to God that I will remain chaste until marriage. So there really is nothing fucking beta or like cocked at all about that. Bread tubes are social dems at best. Dude, I don't even know what they fucking believe in. The only thing I know is that they fucking hate like Western culture and like white people. And like that's really all it boils down to at the end of the day, is that they want to destroy everything bright and beautiful and shit like that. So the thing now is that perhaps Lindsay's suicide live on fucking stream, live on the internet, was not in fact a blunder, but it was a calculated move, as like now her fucking Patreon has gone up. Now that she's like pretending to be like the fucking, you know, white injured woman on the fucking internet. I'm sure some like critical race theory professor has an exact name for this phenomenon that occurs when a white woman acts like she's traumatized in order to gain sympathy. But her fucking Patreon support has gone like way up. Like it used to be like 10,000 patrons. Now it's gone up to like 11,000. Like fuck, let's see if we can find her earnings here, because they've gone up. Like she earned like a shit ton of money, like supporters, like a massive like boost of people who felt sorry for her. Make Bubbles Janny Rudy. Bubbles isn't even here. No, I don't need a fucking Janny. The only Janny I have appointed is Sargoy, and he's fucking gone somewhere. We're on the hunt for fucking Sargoy. He's missing. See if we can find her earnings. Lindsay. I should have really had this queued up. I think there's like a graph tree on or something. Yes, graph tree on. Here we go. So, like in the past month, like look at this. Like that's when she decided to quit on like the 17th, and it fucking goes from like 8,000 to 11,000 fucking Patreon support. Fuck that up. Gotta unplug the phone there. So, like, look, she's gained like 30% in the past like month. Like her earnings are way up. She's like estimated to earn between like $9,000 and like $100,000 per month. I'd say she probably makes at least like 10 racks a month, even now that she's like quit the fucking internet. You see what I mean? Like, that's what I really don't fucking understand about BreadTube, is that these people are like the most fucking paid motherfuckers you can find out there. Like, any of these people, no matter how minor they are, they still seem to have like a Patreon with like at least like $100 on it. Like there are people who are like my size, like I get more like live viewers than some of these people, but they have like hundreds of dollars in their fucking Patreons, and it doesn't make sense. Bubbles for Janny. Is her Patreon sent to her monthly or per video? Oh yeah, let's check actually. That's actually smart that you'd mention that. Let's see. No, it's per month. Yeah, it's per month. So like if you want to get access to like any of like her shit or writings and stuff, it's on a monthly basis. And why wouldn't it be? Like, she could leave this up for 10 fucking years, and I guarantee you she'd still have at least like a couple $100 a month coming in from just like people who died and like never quit their fucking membership. Or just like people who feel like eternally sorry for her and simp for their queen Lindsay Ellis. They will like forever give this person fucking money on Patreon. Spoody's still getting like hundreds of dollars on Patreon. Like, it's just all people who like really feel sorry for this person and like have some like deep like parasocial connection with them. And that seems to be like that seems to be amplified in the BreadTube community. And the reason why I think that is because these people genuinely think that like Vosh and like Lindsay Ellis have the power to like start a fucking revolution. So they really do believe that this is like a very, very like important thing that they're donating to here. I'm positive that Sargo and PPP were great mutual friends and their relationship was equally beneficial to one another. I don't know about that. I think Sargoy just fucking likes watching this type of content, to be honest. I don't know if he gets off being a fucking Janny. I don't know if anyone can. Bubbles said she'd post feet pics if you gave her Janny. Well, I don't know. I might actually do that because then we get to see how much Bubbles weighs, perhaps. And I think she's a prime Brap Hog candidate for the Rudy Ranch. But again, I don't want to fucking mod her because she doesn't like me. So she's probably just gonna fuck with my chat anyway. It's called astroturfing. Who, Lindsay? Of course. Like I think a lot of these like people who get into BreadTube are like the biggest capitalists around because like again all these motherfuckers are getting paid out the fucking ass. I don't know who like the average like BreadTube fucking watcher is. Like I met one guy at work who was like an unironic communist, but like that's it. Like I have no fucking idea who these people are. Death cab for Janny. No e-girls ever. No, like people tried to fucking catfish me and like e-girl me in the past and it didn't fucking work. You know, I'm not a fucking degenerate, you know. Okay, well, let's see how much money Noah's still making on Patreon. Look, Spoonie hasn't posted for 2 fucking years, and he's still getting like $400 a month. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'd fucking kill someone to get $400 a month for nothing every month. You know what I mean? So like, it's worth it to set up like a Patreon and get like $10,000 a month. I just like leave it for fucking ever potentially, like residual zombie income. I changed my mind on Muslim a lot. Well, I had a stroke fucking reading that. Communism. I've changed my mind on communism a lot. It doesn't even need to be so degenerate. Like communism by itself is like a shitty ideology. It has some like very, very interesting. It works more kind of like as a thought experiment. Uh, I don't know, like fuck. My main real problem with it is that it just seems like everyone who's attracted to the idea of communism is like a fucking loser who's just like never succeeded at like anything in their life. So it would make sense why they would want to like appropriate someone's wealth. Because communists wrongly believe that like all humans are equal. So they see someone like successful and they think, oh, the only way he was able to make all that money is because he like stole it from people. Like they're just fucking stupid. They're like the lowest, like by nature, they are like the lowest caste of like any fucking society. Like they're just like born to fucking fail, and that's all because of their own like mentality, really. So they think it's like better to like create this like new world ideology where they can be the winners. Like the only thing you need to succeed in like a communist society is just like knowledge of communism and of like whatever like critical theory is like the popular one within your society. You know what I mean? You just have to know those things, and you can succeed in this society. And you know that's all these communists know. They can read theory endlessly, and that's how they'll advance in society. But they don't know how to make like a machine that can produce like car tires like 10% faster than the last one could. You know that's how you succeed in capitalism, really. Marx was a NEET. He was like the fucking leader of their movement. Like never worked a day in his fucking life. He was fired for being a fucking idiot. He was constantly running around begging people for money. He's like the perfect person for their fucking ideology. You know what I mean? Based on what? I want more exposed content. Fuck, nothing's really gone down this week, to be honest. Lindsay Ellis made like another fucking Patreon post. This one's a lot shorter, so I guess we'll fucking read that. This is apologizing. The first grifter, fuck he was. Fuck, I guess one day I'll have to actually read fucking communist literature. I actually have like a fucking pamphlet that these guys gave me. Like fuck, Toronto's so fucked. Like they're communist, like little actual like communism like party members, like handing these fucking notes, handing like pamphlets out to people outside of subway stations, and they're just like fat fucking retarded losers. And I ask these people like, hey, what do you guys do for a living? I'm like, oh, we're students. So it's like, okay, great. You've gone to like school to learn how to like govern humanity. Amazing. Why did you steal my stream? I thought we were friends. All right. Well, I did the reading of Mr. Brapman's fiction better than you ever could. I feel I am Harvey Fine Voice from the Linkara fucking movie. And I did it in a way that you couldn't do. In a non-autistic way. I did BTFO. I did BTFO. Get fucked. Well, we've moved on from that now, and we're on to Lindsay Ellis. Rudy just kiss and make up with Tama. No, I need more brat protection to survive that fucking filthy old. I need my full body cringe protection suit to even speak to that man for more than a few seconds. That's why I had to go through the Brapfiction myself, so that the people could get a non-autistic reading of the fucking thing. But now we're on to Lindsay. Holy shit, this is why I fucking hate live streaming, because most of the stream now is just me interacting with the fucking retards in chat, which I never wanted to do, like, to fucking begin with. Anyway, so, a few days later, Lindsay Ellis now... she has to, like, apologize for her previous apology that wasn't good enough. She said she was gonna leave the fucking internet, but she, crawling back like the fucking prison Prague bitch. She just needs to set the record straight so that her, like internet reputation that she apparently doesn't care about can be, like, salvaged forever. Did you ask the dead man to help run down Rudy just forces? Yeah, exactly. Like, fuck. Like Damo's just out here to fucking felt people. And then, the second he realized that he actually couldn't destroy Rudy because Rudy was way more fucking powerful than him, he's now groveling at my feet again, trying to suck up to the big dog. Once again. So he's, like, never fucking changed. That's why the Damo funeral video is still up there. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's still dead because he hasn't learned from his previous mistakes that got him killed in the first place. Why are you scared to sing with me? I said I'll play Street Fighter V with you and destroy you in that game. And then I'll hear the singing will be your butthurt fucking moans as I double perfect you 4 times in a row. It'll be amazing. But again, like, fuck. You're still participating in gay ops, Damo. It's like you never learned. You never learned from your sins from the past, and thus you are completely unsalvageable. You are completely unsalvageable, and you must be destroyed again. But the time for that will come soon. Why do you keep running from me? Okay, these fucking retards are just fighting in the chat. This gives me opportunity to read this. In some ways, I regret the tone of last post, not because how it inflamed my agitators, well, not that, but because of how much it upset people. In a way, it was selfish being so naked about how hurt and angry I am, because it really didn't help anything. Doesn't help me, only upsets people who support me or like my work. It sends my detractors into a rage for insinuating that their actions might cause hurt. Narrative for reactionaries and diet Nazis. This is like amazing. So like her fucking detractors, who by the way are not made up of fucking neo-Nazis, these are just other bread tubers that are fucking with her, are like, like in her mind, like people against her have to be like fucking Nazis, or else she'd be forced to like face the reality of her own fucking actions with that one. But she can't even fucking like, she can't even just like do that and just like leave the fucking internet alone. Now she has to come back again, like to set like the record completely straight when she said she was gonna fucking leave originally. Jesus, what the fuck is going on in chat? Mr. Medicare is fighting Flamenco right now. We're stream sniping Daddy Jim himself. Oh god. You see, I really am an undefeatable Titan, Damo. I'll stream snipe even the best of them, like fucking Daddy Jim. Could you ever fucking do that? I don't think you have the fucking balls. I don't think you have the balls, Birdie. Truly a lose-lose. I should not have framed it that way, but I did. Then again, I genuinely did not think it would get much attention outside of Patreon. Well, I mean, you are a big-time celeb, Lindsay, so of course it would. So I was going to write this long post about monthly cost breakdown and how a company with multiple employees earning thousands of dollars per month is no Nowhere near the same as an individual earning the same. But then I realized, why bother? These people don't care. Long and short, businesses are tedious, boring, and expensive to run. Comments still need moderating? I mean, really, do they? The PBS contract isn't done? What? So, like, she has a fucking contract with, like, an actual, like, broadcasting company, like a government-funded one in America? Like, PBS? Holy shit. That's kind of fucking huge, right? Yeah. Like, it's a public broadcasting. So, she was being paid, like, by the fucking government to produce these, like videos where she talks about, like, Disney and shit like that. And she has, like, multiple employees. Like, there are people who actually, like, depend on fucking Lindsay for, like, their families and, like, their healthcare and shit like that. Oh my god, like, imagine hitching your life to this fucking wagon. Like, Jesus Christ. Unfucking bearable. Pay your own employees, Alice, stop begging. I know, isn't she, like, the real fucking villain in this situation? Like, she was running around, like, fucking with people and, like, canceling them. But, like, the second the guns are turned on her, she just quits and leaves these people out of a fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. If, like, Elon Musk did that, he'd be fucking vilified. You know, every time Jeff Bezos does that, he's vilified. But, you know, I guess it's okay because you're a white woman on the internet having a mental breakdown because people were throwing tomatoes at you. You still need to moderate the comments, and the PBS contract isn't done. So yeah, BreadTube is, like, completely fucking astroturfed. And, you know, that really shows you that, like, everything, like, really, like, there are a lot of powers that be against people who make content, like, you know, right-wingers and shit like that, and this, like, fucking culture war. It's the most, like, astroturf shit ever. These people need, like, they rely on, like, censorship and, like, fucking gibs from the government in order to even, like, survive. And they can't even do that. They can't even do that. I'm trying to enjoy Rudy Kino. Wow, never thought I'd hear that from Ethan. But it will be soon, hopefully by the end of this month. After that, I just don't know. I don't have a plan to jump. I only knew that I couldn't do YouTube anymore, or any kind of opinion-based content creation, when having a milquetoast bland observation on some sort of goddamn Disney movie is what napalmed my life in the first place. I don't even know how I can keep writing, because my name is attached to my books, and my name is the thing that's most toxic. I'm trying to bother you in my Discord servers. Yeah, buddy. Literally funded from government money? Yeah, I know, right? Like, that's just so fucked up to me. That, like taxpayer, like, fucking money can, like, go towards this shit. Like, I fucking hate, like, they do that in Canada, too. Like, CBC will, like, suck up, like, fucking money. They're demanding that, like, the budget be doubled. And the shit that they make is just, like disgusting, like propaganda. You know what I mean? When you turn on TV and, like, the propaganda isn't even subtle anymore. Like, that's fucking Canadian, like, news right there. And, well, that's American news too, because they're arbitrarily, like, picking out these, like, politically motivated fucking YouTubers who support, like, an extremely radical fucking position and, like, giving them, like, thousands of fucking dollars. Like, fuck, it really makes you think, like, what else is going on with these fucking breadtubers? Like, you know, what does Vosh know? What is fucking, I don't know, who are the other ones? Who are the other breadtubers? Like, H-Bomber guy, he's probably receiving government money too. I think, like, what was that? Like, Philosophy Tube was actually outed as receiving, like, government fucking money. You know, what is the plan with this? Like, fuck. CBC is evil? Fuck. Let's keep going. I was going to write a long post about the company. Oh, we've already read this. The only thing I can say now is that it's abbreviated. This abbreviated post is all I have while I figure out how to add value to this Patreon account in ways that don't involve me being on camera. The nightmare never ends. Well, yeah, BreadTube is just FedTube. I don't know if Destiny is really not a part of BreadTube. He's kind of like his own thing. He's still fucking retarded as shit. I don't know if he receives, like, funding from the government, but he is, like, listed as, like one of, like, there's, like, two people that are, like, really good, supposedly, at pulling people away from Nazism. And one of them is Destiny, and the other one is Vosh. So it wouldn't surprise me if like Destiny was receiving like some fucking kickbacks, but he really doesn't seem to be as like ecstatic about the fucking revolution as like other people would be. Do you really think anyone knows? Do you think these drones know anything other than take money and keep making videos? Absolutely not. They're just doing it to fucking simp for like their queen or whatever. I don't know. You like naturally you kind of feel fucking sorry for like people like that. That's essentially what fucking streaming is, man. Like the people who donate to their favorite streamers are just worried that like they won't have enough fucking money to like pay rent or like whatever. Like fuck. That's kind of what it feels like donating to people like this. But fuck, I really don't get that. Like it must be because they think that like giving money to Lindsay Ellis will like help further the cause of the revolution. That's the only reason I can fucking think of. Destiny, yeah, Destiny. He should just own being a manlet. I think he has. I think that's why he decided to become a big time celeb on the fucking internet because he could never succeed at anything else besides yelling at people on the internet. That's really like a lot of like these people. That's really all they're good for. Like Vosh. That's the only reason he exists is to like own people in debates. Like he doesn't. That's why I don't really take anything he says seriously because the guy's never worked like a job in his life. He's never had to like fucking live off the land, or he's never really had to interact with any of these people that he claims he fucking supports outside of like the internet. So like these people just like live in their own fucking like hugbox worlds where they do nothing but like read like theory. So they're like the most like out of touch people you could possibly fucking imagine. That's why they think like transgender issues and like that type of shit are like the most important like goals for humanity because they can't really see anything outside of themselves. I see struggling in the real world and people are struggling. Times are a lot harder for a lot of people. Yeah, but again, like you wouldn't know what it feels like to like only have like 10 fucking dollars in your pocket and having to save off you know like fucking food and like weed and alcohol and like anything like living off the bare minimum like a lot of these content creators don't. So I don't know, like I really don't know how you can have like the balls to like speak about how the world should fucking work when you've just like and you're just sitting in your basement. So anyway, that's like the fucking breadtuber arc. There's like a bunch of shit happening now, with like Hassan. Like Hassan got fucking banned. And, like a bunch of people are getting banned, like off of Twitter now. It seems that like there was like a 5-year rent free for what? I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. It seems that like humanity or like the West went through like a phase where there was all this like it was completely okay to hunt whitehoid in the fucking street and make fun of him as much as you wanted. But that's over now. It's over. We've gone back to being a completely egalitarian society for real now. And even if you say the cracker word, you can't say cracker unless you're white. And unfortunately, Hassan is not white. He is an Arab, in fact. So he got banned off of fucking Twitter. He got banned off of fucking Twitter, and now he's in the public eye. So his career is pretty much like fucking dead at this point because like the elites will just find a new Hassan, who can speak about communism and is like less racist against white people. Because I guess they've realized that they can't just like exclude fucking white people from this like revolution or whatever. They can't keep harping on like racism forever. YORC 2020. You're a Rudy Coleman, what up? Rudy Ranch, go to the top, baby. Okay, so like Hassan's fucking career is dead now. And so other fucking Z-listers whose career have also died are now trying to like leech off of this like momentum and perhaps save themselves. And one of them is my boy Sam Hyde. So Sam Hyde wants to fight Hassan in a boxing match for like $1 million fucking Bitcoin or whatever.
Swarthy Arab guy from another land. Hassan, what if I fight Hassan and put up money? All right, fine. This is the first time in 3 years This rich fuck has agreed to give me money, and Hassan won't fight me. Hassan.
So Sam Hyde has like no fucking money whatsoever.
There's $1 million. This is authorized.
Sam hasn't been funny in 6 years. Well, essentially, what's happened is like this. This kind of happens to like any like character. I say character because Sam like really is more shitpost than man at this point. He really like internalized that fucking meme of him being like a school shooter, and that just like totally consumed like all of his fucking content. And he's riding off of that because the reason why he thinks Hassan might want to fight him is because he's like the ultimate like neo-Nazi like school shooter person. So like Sam, like that's really all he has going for him as like his fans like interpretation, like the joke that they themselves have made about him has now become like Sam's personality in a nutshell. It's like the puppet master. It's like the puppet being controlled by the fucking master. Or no, it's like the puppet controlling the master controlling him. It's kind of like a weird feedback loop that we have going here.
Legitimate. Your people can load up the wallet and verify that it's there. We will sign a transaction to prove it, okay? We can do this with cameras, without cameras, whatever. But Hassan, you're going to fight me. You are going to fight me one way or another. I don't care if I have to break into that nice house of yours.
Sam has some funny insights about society, but he's not a funny man. Well, I mean, all of his insights about humanity are like really cryptic and like not very like well defined. I feel like he does know like a bit, but I feel like most of it's just fucking edge that's like very like insincerely like spoken about. He comes off as like very like insincere and like not like a real person, almost like a character. But the school shooter Sam Hyde persona, but he seems to act like that like all the time.
You're gonna fight me, son. This fucking guy, this donaire meat shaven, cologne wearing,
and like this is all like Sam's content. He used to be on Adult Swim, and like now all of his content is just him sitting in some sort of like streamer room talking with a bunch of boomers that nobody fucking knows.
Jewelry from Claire's, etc. It's not that it's challenging gender norms, it's that you have no swag. Okay? I could paint my nails. If I painted my nails and wore women's jewelry, I would still have swag. You don't have swag. You have swag.
Sam's like calling out fucking Hassan here. I don't know. He seems to be a little less sharp in his fucking humor. It's worn down over the years. Sam's getting a bit old now, and it's time to fucking retire, perhaps. But like his career is death spiraling, and now he's just like a fucking self-help guru for like alt-right like retards. That's essentially what Sam is now. He's just like a fucking like Bitcoin guru, and offers like life advice to fucking people. Press 1 if Rudy would do a better world peace. Oh fuck. I think Zod is on something. His true hammer. Fuck, my favorite world peace sketch. Was that guy who gets arrested and goes to jail for like 40 years and he comes out and like his life is in shambles. And that was actually like a really good skit. I could have never thought of something that clever. To be honest, it tells a story about a man who like wasted his entire life and didn't realize he wasted it until it was too late. It's very good sketch actually.
Because I'm wearing a 7-year-old girl's necklace from the Barbie kit. And
I love Rudy. I watch his Halo stream to fall asleep every night.
I'm sure there's a way you can hype.
Well, Damo, I already knew that you had no taste in good content anyway, so that doesn't surprise me.
They rock women's jewelry and look cool. Joey does it, but you don't look cool. You look like a fucking clown. Like a herb. Here's the thing. Some people were like, Sam, you have 1/50th of the followers he does. Yes, I know. However, people know my name. Second of all, my name is like the fucking necromancer to these people, okay? Think about
Sam's rocking back and forth in his chair.
If you were a liberal podcaster dude, if you were the one who knocked out Sam Hyde, it doesn't matter that I don't have 1 million followers. That's like legendary status right there.
So like that's all Sam Hyde really is at this point. Like he's just coasting off of like this legacy that people have like defined for him. He really doesn't have to be like intelligent or insightful at this point because he's like the mass shooter guy who everyone fucking jokes about. So I don't know. I think what happened with Sam's fucking audience really is that people like started to think that he was a lot smarter than he actually is. So he could be like people would take like his word as kind of like gospel in like a very very weird sense. So it kind of like people wrongfully believe that like he perhaps knows like more than he's letting on. And he's just like sprinkling like crumbs of knowledge to people, almost like exactly like a self help fucking guru. So like that's what he's become, and you know he knows that like he has like this legendary fucking meme status. So he's just trying to grift off of that essentially, and that's why he wants to fight fucking Hassan. And that's probably not gonna happen. There's probably gonna be no fight between Sam and fucking Hassan, because you know that would give Sam some fucking relevancy, and that's really what he wants with this stunt. Is the best creative voice in this community so far. I just wish you'd make more stuff. Yeah, same, buddy. It's kind of been a slow week for me. Whatever. I actually have a lot planned for this week in Nectar today. But it's all kind of gay. We're kind of running a bit long here. Perhaps we could do call-ins. Perhaps we could do call-ins. Is that what you guys would want? Maybe? I don't fucking know. I'm a better lore master than Percept. Fight me. I don't know. Purse literally has a fucking folder on me. Like he was like sending me like videos that I myself made. I'm like, what the fuck, buddy? What the fuck, buddy? Yeah, your videos suck now. Oh god, I want to press X to like now. Yeah, as if like they didn't suck before. Wow, what a fucking thing. Yes, call Damo. Okay, we'll call Damo. We haven't got a response. We haven't got a response from that fucking person who wants to scam my TF2 hats. Some people were sending me shit. Yeah, here's an actual fucking description of Damo and DJ Axel's relationship here. Some epic fucking memes there. DJ crying like fucking soy jack. Yeah, Damo. You know, that's... These are... Damo has essentially become Der Juden of this Kino community and is controlling people to have them fucking fight against each other. I think Rudy is mentally stunted. Well, I have no idea why you would come to that conclusion. Yeah, like the fucking lore of this is incredibly gay. Just make sure you mention the wheelchair. Yes, master, at once, master. Well, fuck. I guess I was sissy hypnotified by Damo 2 to attacking Mr. Brapman, which is what I did tonight. So maybe, maybe this isn't as fucked. He's a Kino craftsman and should be respected. Damo is like Rasputin. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. He's some like disgusting, perverted fucking Jew from the wilderness. Whoops. We lost you guys for a sec. I don't know. Apparently there's some like... there's like some fucking DMs involving like DJ Axel. Someone sent that to me. I'll fucking go over that later. Or whatever. Must be the years. Meow meow. Oh, we're kind of just like fucking going in circles here, so... I guess we'll do calls. We'll take callers. Fuck, I think. I don't know if anyone will go to Rudy's World. I guess we'll call Damo. GG Allen, hell yeah. God, I remember seeing a fucking post, like not too long ago from like a punk, like a member of a punk band, saying that like oh god, like our drummer wasn't vaccinated, so like we had to get a new one because it would be like unsafe for the people at the venue there. And I'm thinking like, bro, like G.G. Allen, the father of punk, would literally just like point to people in the fucking crowd and go there to like beat the shit out of people in the fucking audience. You know what I mean? He just put random fucking people in hospital just for the fun of it, and that's what old punk was. And now like these people are like fucking pussies, and like they don't want to like offend people's like gender identity, and like they don't want to give people the facts. You know, you gotta fucking color inside the lines. Punks are for fucking fags. Call Bronx. Call pig clips. I don't have fucking T clips. Has T clips made anything about me? The Tommy Nose stream was the best thing I've seen in a while. It's generally amazing. Oh, thank you. Again, in order to like do a stream for me, I really have to find like a backstory about someone. I can't just like. It's kind of hard for me to just like point at a retard and fucking laugh at them. There kind of has to be something going on with him. I don't know if you actually enjoyed that. If you did, thank you. I think that was a good one. G.G. Allen was the original IRL ship poster. Yep, indeed he was. Indeed he was. I also like Sid Vicious. Oh fuck, I'll go over. I'll have a separate video because I had a bunch of timestamps for like this Warhammer like 40k thing where a guy was talking about the Nazi problem in the 40k community. But we're already running on like 2 hours here, so that'll be like its own video just for you, Damo. You know you like my content so fucking much. No one. If she has covered you, no one watches pig clips. Yeah, isn't she like off platform now? Read 50 cents of Brap. Oh, call Zoom. I don't fucking have Zoom. Call Warhammer. I don't have Warhammer. Fuck. I call Warhammer because that guy's fucking hilarious. Call Games Workshop. Fuck. Oh god, I really want. I'll probably do that Warhammer video tomorrow because it's fucking hilarious. Oh god, and the guy's talking about like the Nazi problem, in like the fucking Warhammer 40k community. Like it's so fucking retarded. But one of the things he says is that like oh god, there was a guy at a 40k tournament who wore like a swastika like thing, and how like oh god, like that's like not okay and shit like that because it's like offensive to people. But then like fuck, like you think back to like Sid Vicious. Yeah, so like this is the father of punk, by the way. Like this guy walking around in like a swastika t-shirt. And the reason why he did that was to like fucking offend people and like challenge like the status quo, like what we consider like acceptable. So like, you know, like it's okay for like Sid Vicious to do that because it was like a different time. But like now if you fucking do that, it's like a big no-no. So essentially the chat wants Bubbles. I don't fucking have it. Okay, we'll call Bubbles. The fucking faggot. All I have to do to find Bubbles, all I have to do is literally go to any of the fucking servers that like people talking to and scroll, and I'll find her in fucking no time because she seriously has like nothing going on, and it's kind of fucking it's kind of concerning, Bubs. You know, we want you to go out there and have a fucking normal life. Rudy's overused lies in his silence between the words rather than the words themselves. His wit is greater than the sum of his parts. Ooh, nice job there. Oh wait, I actually have this person. We'll call Bubs. Hello, Bubbles. Are you here? No. It's not. The Dead Boys, Johnny Thunders, and the Heartbreakers and the Ramones were way more punk than the UK gay boys. Well, how can you say that? Sid Vicious literally invented the fucking mosh pit when he invented the epic dance, the pogo. Wow. Yeah, fuck, man. Like, I think it's really funny how like modern day punks want to like gatekeep the punk movement from like people who are like right wing and shit like that by saying like, oh, like it's not punk to beat down on people. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, the entire point of like the punk movement was to kind of be like counterculture, was it not? That's the that's why Sid Vicious wore the fucking swastika t-shirt, not because he was a Nazi, because he just wanted to be against the current like fucking culture. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I was never really part of the punk like scene, so I can't really like speak for them. But like fuck, I think the people who are like punks nowadays, like my dad was a punk back in the day, so. Will the Damo ever return to the internet? No, no. He is a walking corpse. He's not yet realized that he is dead. Oof. He's just a walking corpse at this point, not even realizing that he's been killed. It's like when the brain doesn't realize that it's dead yet, and it still functions for a few seconds. It's like that. Conservatism is the new punk. I wouldn't say that. It's definitely the new counterculture. And I like fuck. Like I don't know how you can like call yourself punk, like rejecting like authority and like the moral standards of society, when like you follow some ideology which like just pussyfoots around like everything, trying not to fucking offend people. It's like, yeah, fuck, whatever. I still like I do really enjoy the punk scene, like going into like the mosh pits and like pushing trannies over and stuff like that, and like getting shit faced and like fucking hooking up with like random chicks. Like that's all like fun and good, but like I'd never like make it my fucking identity. I would rank Rudy with Voltaire and Aristotle. He is his own greatest He's a great satirist than all of them, but is clearly influenced by them. Yeah. Ethan, I know you're trying to be funny there. I know you're trying to be funny there, calling me like a fucking retard, but I mean, you actually did try your hardest to be like intelligent and like esoteric and thoughtful with your art films, and they all fucking sucked. So I mean, I don't, you're kind of you're kind of throwing stones here, don't you think? Rudy should be dictator of Earth. Always 100% better than Punk. Alright, I just kind of like the music. I don't really like listening to fucking punk music outside of like those scenes, because the music just fucking sucks. It's awful. People who make that music have absolutely no musical talents at all. But it's like it's good for them. It's good to set a mood. You know what I mean? And the mood you want to be in is fucking pushing people and trampling them over. But hardcore is better than IO. Out it now. We're kind of just chilling with chat. Because we ran out of fucking content. We could go over the 40k video, but I gotta go soon anyway, so. Yeah, not much has happened this week. Sorry, guys. I do want to make this like a weekly show. So I think like starting next Wednesday, like Wednesday will be my time slot. So like starting next Wednesday, will be my thing. We'll do Rudy Wednesdays, the Femboy Wednesdays. Rudy, what are your thoughts about power bottoms? Are they really in control? Oh, I don't know. Like fuck, it's hard to say. Like fuck, I guess. That does happen a lot, where like two gay men will insist like one of them be's the bottom. So like I guess if like you can be an alpha and be a bottom if you like force the other person to top you, you know. So I guess they can. They can exist. I would eat a big paper bag of poop if Rudy sincerely asked me to. Okay, buddy. Here, I'm sincerely asking you in your next stream to go get your dildo that you have, and I want you to fucking deep throat it live on stream. I want you to deep throat that fucking dildo live on stream. That's me sincerely asking you to do that, Damo. What I'm sincerely asking you to do is get Street Fighter V so I can fucking destroy you. That's what I'm seriously asking you to do. Let's re-chat here for a minute. Punk 3 is the Burnout 3 soundtrack. I know, right? Like, fuck. Like, it's like songs are almost like indistinguishable from each other. Like, no one fucking cares. Like, the band, like, punk bands are called like stupid shit. Like the names don't even fucking matter. You know what I mean? They all just like exist to like, create some like fucking like mood or whatever. Like, you know, when you're playing, exactly like what you said, Burnout 3, it's like the music you listen to while playing those games, like you never listen to outside of like that. I think Rudy needs to be crowned king. King of the cringe. You're a punk, but you're being an authoritative gatekeeper. Yeah, like those guys will put you on blast if you're not wearing like the correct Doc Martens and shit. Rudy sure does know a lot about gay sex. What can I say? Rudy has the cage. Axel can't compete. No, Axel has to compensate for his knowledge about degeneracy. Well, Axel doesn't really have any knowledge. I watched his femboy stream, and it kind of sucked. He doesn't have any knowledge about actual human sexuality. He just likes jerking off to porn, really. Rudy Coleman play chess against the Demo. Oh, fuck, I don't have time right now. Shaggy is the king, baby! Where's Moment Shaggy? Hello, Surfer. We're just kind of chilling, Surfer. We went over Mr. Brapman's fan fiction about 2 hours ago. I like the early stuff, GG, but later stuff got a bit boring when he went more into rock and it got boring. Didn't he go like mainstream a bit and like he started being like offered like deals for stuff? That's what happened to the Sex Pistols, and they kind of lost their edge, you know. Shaggy Chads, rise up, Shaggy. I think what happened with Shaggy is that like when I originally hit the scene and I saw him like those old streams of him, I thought like he'd still be like that. But he's actually learned from his past, unlike fucking Deadman and Demo. So like he isn't as much of a spurg, but I mean like you can still like I'm still probably gonna go over like his entire internet history and like document it and shit like that. Is Bubbles a minor being groomed by the Demo and Axel? No, I think Bubbles is just some fat fucking bitch. Like if anyone knows Spoonie's Twitter, there's this woman called Rare Angel. Who just does like nothing but like reply to like everything that Spoonie posts. Like if anyone knows like Spoonie's Twitter, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about, and that's essentially who Bubbles is to like Demo. It's kind of pathetic, to be honest. Boots and Braces is such a good tune. I actually have to. I'm desperate to find new genres of music to listen to. It's just been like future funk for like 4 fucking years, right? Oh Jesus Christ. Shaggy almost cried yesterday. I didn't fucking watch that stream. I really don't watch. I don't like watching like AMA streams. I think every stream should kind of have like a point to it, kind of like this one. But now I'm just like fucking rambling. Surf has the boyish goods, but he about to hit the wall. Word on the street is he's a screamer. He is a screamer too. Well, fuck Demo. You know, you hit the wall too when you became a fat retard. And like the biggest cope I ever heard from you was when you said that like, oh, I look handsome. It's in my face. As long as like if I wasn't fat, I'd be a fucking Chad. Well, no, you look like Cyril from fucking Archer. Like you're the biggest beta male fucking ever. To even like imply that like anyone else has hit the wall and their boyish looks have faded. Well, I mean, you never even had that to begin with. I want to hear Rudy discuss the metaphysics of gay sex. Yeah, like, of course, like human sexuality and how that's expressed on the internet is actually something I'm really, really interested in. Like, that's no joke. I almost wanted to become a psychologist to, like, better understand why people, like, what happens in your childhood that makes you, like, find, like, anal-vor, like, sexually attractive. That's honestly, like, very interesting to me. And I don't think that, like, fur fags or any other retards will give you a fucking honest answer if you ask. So I'd have to become a psychologist myself to find this out. I don't fucking know. I'd rate myself a 6 personally. I'd only put myself at like a 7 maybe. Like I'm on the low end of like attractive people. Dr. Sexual Psychologist. No, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. We express a lot about ourselves through like sex. That's why like a lot of people who are like really, really perverted will say like, oh, like don't judge me for like what I'm into. You know what I mean? Like me being a baby fur like has no like it doesn't reflect on like my actual personality. It's just a fucking bedroom. It's just like a sexual fantasy thing. Well, it's not because there's a lot of shit that goes into someone becoming a baby fur. That's like very interesting. Surfer will recall the police after PvP mounted him, but never did before. Oh god, that was what a fucking nightmare this year has been. Who could have fucking suspected that happening? Again, I went to sleep listening to that and woke up to like PvP like being kicked out of the fucking house. It was amazing. I used to drink with a few other local C18 guys when they used to get me cigs and pay me with their old records from the 80s. Damn gross. You're a fucking geezer, you are. Yeah, my dad used to like fuck he used to work at a bar like back in the day, and the jukebox would be like full of like these fucking records, and like my dad kept asking his boss to like take some home, but he just like keep them all for himself. It was a fucking crazy. Oh god, Viper, in a total segue of information, a total like non sequitur. Viper has released y'all cowards don't even smoke crack on fucking vinyl, and I just have to get it. I have to fucking be the one who has that. It's amazing. Imagine Surfer was PPP's power bottom. I don't think they were gay, to be honest. I don't think they were gay. I just think like, honestly, I think like fuck. I already went over this in the video, so I guess you can go back and watch it. But I do think they were kind of like desperate to kind of like have someone else, and like Surfer put up with like abuse from PPP because like he was like his friend or whatever. Oh, someone's sending me a video. Again, I had a friend who kind of treated me like PPP treated Surfer, so like I kind of went through that already and already knew like I saw the signs. The signs were there. It was so obvious. It was so obvious. How didn't anyone realize it? You would be a bony bone right now. Yeah. Many a men have slapped me in the ass and broken all their fucking fingers. Gain some weight, do some squats. Well, that's why I've joined Pump the Gun. Do you read? If so, any chance you're into high literature? Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm kind of bad at reading, like whenever I read something, I need to like visualize what's happening in my mind. So I'm really bad at like reading like philosophy and shit like that. But I think most of that's because like I'm just addicted to like dopamine and like smoking weed and shit like that. So I get the feeling that once I stop that, it might be like easier to do that. I used to read a lot like back in the day, and I'd read like a book a month and shit like that. So I should probably get into that. There are books I want to cover on the show because they are like very interesting. Maybe we'll even do Culture of Critique finally. Rudy, would you top the demo? No, I wouldn't, because I'm not attracted to fat retards. If you're a fat retard, it shows me that you don't care about yourself and just let yourself fucking go, and that's kind of disgusting. That time PPP couldn't get up from the couch. Yeah. Was from Surfer power botting him too hard. The best Viper song is My Hops. Yeah, that's a good one. No, I think my favorite Viper song is Chain Game, which we'll play actually right now. Viper actually has like a lot of like interesting shit to say in his songs too. Oh, well, I guess we can't watch Viper because it's been taken down. Yeah, For My Chain Game, which is from his album, They Hate Me Because I'm Vaporwave. That's an interesting song that talks about how people treated him differently once he got famous, and how he now has to uphold this image of being like a big dog alpha male and can't really let his true self out to people. It's a very, very interesting song. Let's see if we can play it real fast to play us out here. Well, this will just play out, I guess. Oh, we're going too fast there. Do you like them plump? No, I don't. I like men of like my own body. Well, I liked men. I'm not really gay anymore. Because I gotta keep like fucking saying, please believe me, you guys. It's the best Gigi Howard song. It's a right to expose yourself to kids. They got a lot of punk. It seems like the whole point of like the punk movement is just to be as like grossly offensive as possible. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I suspect the only good thing to come out of the punk movement is they might have moved past like their ironic jokes about like fucking kids to death. But I don't get how they can say that like being a Nazi is like, or like an ironic Nazi is too fucking far, but like singing about fucking children is like perfectly fine. It's retarded. I'm glad you're changing your way of well, who cares? I'm a fucking internet retard. Like, what do you care if I live or die? Grossly offensive. 99 Stab Wounds is my favorite GG song. I guess I should start exposing myself. I read and smoke. Oh yeah, Harrison Williams. It's just not me. It's just not me. There's a lot of people who can function normally. I can function normally in my daily life and smoke weed, but I just become lazy as fuck and just sit around doing absolutely nothing. Surfer said it's okay to, like men, just repent. That's fucking retarded. I know, like, Surfer was very, like, straightforward to me, after the femboy shit happened. He wasn't like, oh god, now I've met one of the base ones, I guess it's okay. There's a high chance you're actually someone's internet daddy. Yeah, I guess it's my destiny to take up the mantle God Winston took up, and then once I'm tired of fucking being on the internet like a retard, I'll just kill myself, and then someone else will take up the mantle of, like, going over, like, Ralph and, like, Johannes and shit. It's okay to sing as long as you repent otherwise. Repentance means, like, you know, I don't believe in God, but to me, like, God isn't like a fucking idiot, and he kind of knows what you feel deep down in your heart, you know what I mean? Well, like, God knows what you feel deep down in your heart, so, like, you know, if you have your fingers crossed behind your back, you know, that doesn't count, really. That's always been my impression of, like, God, is that eventually he'll wise up to you. Rudy is my daddy. Well, Damo, that's actually true. Because, again, I stand by my point that I made, that you only started making videos after you saw I was making videos. So I know that's true, like, 100%. I love what Viper does. He raps in front of a green screen so you can add, like, whatever, like, fucking retarded shit to the video that you want. Rudy made it so Damo's arse whistles when he walks. Fuck him. I actually bullied someone off the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. I'm really proud of that, to be honest. I became a god tier internet troll. Oh, fuck. We'll give it like 2 more minutes, then I gotta go. We can talk about the video games that I've been playing. I've been playing more Hades. That's the only game I've been... Oh. Yeah, I guess we gotta go soon. The man of an autistic internet kino will be passed down 5 generations from now. PvP Surfer's love child. Yeah, every Kino arc, it's just like a more dysgenic retard. Like, they've taken my seed and cloned a more dysgenic, retarded Rudy, and it's just gonna keep devolving until we've reached, like Cyrax, or, like, Warhammer, and, like, those retards are the fucking brethren that we have to look up to. But, like, Hades, like, that's an incredible game. Probably even better than Hive Fleet. I was gonna say it was my game of the year for last year, but it came out like 2 years ago, so I slept on it until now. Like, fuck. Like, if you, like, I'd say, like, it's probably one of the better roguelikes I've ever played, to be honest. Like, a lot of, like, roguelikes, a lot of them will, like, the real punishment for dying is having to, like, start over and, like, losing everything. But in this game, like, dying kind of, like, moves, like, your story forward. Like, you're playing as a Greek god, and every time you die, well, like, the narrative moves forward a bit. So it doesn't feel like you've wasted an entire run, because you have, like, gained something, by moving the story forward. Fuck. And again, it has a lot of very interesting characters. Like, very, like, muscly clad. You play with a lot of rogues. Yeah, so like it's a game that's really like carried by like its art style and like interesting characters and stuff. That's something that like a lot of gamers really don't consider. That like the charm and soul of a game can really carry it. But its gameplay is actually like really fun too. Again, it's like a if you ever played like Diablo, it's kind of like the same combat as that, but like your upgrades are kind of like random every run you play. So every run like does feel different. Even though the game isn't that long now, I've kind of learned how to beat it every single time. And it only takes about an hour. But it's perfect because every time I bang out a run, I'm I earn something from it and I move the story forward. So it doesn't feel like a total waste of a fucking hour. It's pretty. There's like a lot of content in that game. I definitely say it's like worth the $10 that I fucking spent on it. Baby Xander got a Kiwi Farms thread while he was still in the womb. You into muscles there, bud? I'll show you my favorite character from Hades actually. Fuck. I don't remember his fucking name, but he's the guy who like gives you the butterfly or whatever. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, that guy's my favorite. Like this emo like fag retard. He's like death incarnate, and they seem to have hired the same guy who did the designs for all the Overwatch characters because all these guys have like their fucking nipples exposed and shit like that. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's amazing. You can include hot characters into your game as long as your game is actually good. Then people can fucking like, people actually enjoy your game more because of that. That's kind of the opposite of what Overwatch did. They tried to make a Coomer bait game first, and then they forgot to make an actual fucking game behind it, and that's why it failed. How'd you describe the perfect gay man? I don't know, fucking. Like, ISIS video of them like shoving the guy off the building? Yeah, that's my God. I wish that were me. I wish that were me right there. That's what I'd say the perfect fucking fag is. Rudy, do you play Genshin Impact? No, I don't. I have friends. I don't fucking understand. I don't fucking understand gacha games like at all. Like in the West, especially because we have such an attitude in the West that like being able to buy items which give you like a statistically better advantage is just wrong. But then gacha games come along and like they're so fucking ingenious. The people who designed Genshin Impact, because they have like an anime girl and boy who appeals to like every fucking demographic like that exists. Like, there's a femboy and there's like a muscle boy and shit like that. So like no matter what, there's always gonna be like one character that you're gonna want to spend like hundreds of fucking dollars for just so you can have it. You know what I mean? Like, what's that character called from Genshin Impact? Like Venti? The stream has deteriorated in quality. It's almost over. I'm kind of wrapping up. I'm kind of just doing AMA chill with the audience. You're right. It should end. So like with Genshin Impact, you'll spend like hundreds of dollars trying to get Venti or whatever his fucking name is, just because he's like a popular character. And then like because he's like a femboy or whatever, people will make art of him. And that'll get you more excited about like playing the game and shit like that. It's just Coomer bait. It's just Coomer bait. But I had friends. I had a friend who literally spent $5,000 on a fucking gacha game. Like no fucking joke, no joke like whatsoever. It's they really are the dumbest fucking genre. We got another Discord fucking call. T-Clips presents Fat Sweaty Ben. Jesus Christ. We're almost done here. Yeah, every demographic, boys likes girls and boys who like boys. No, but it's like they have like the muscle, they have like the muscular man, and then they have like the effeminate man, then they have like a bunch of like different women. It's all like Coomer bait. And they did this, they do this for like a lot of games now. Like I think Paladins had that specifically. Like I think Paladins paid fucking Seth to make a game like talking about all like the porn that was in it. I remember Randy Pitchfork, the creator of Battleborn, showed like a fucking Battleborn like Rule 34 subreddit to get like hype for his game. It's kind of fucking disgusting, and you don't even need to fucking do that, because like in Hades, like I said, Like a lot of these characters really aren't like designed to be like sexual. They're just interesting, to be honest. Like the design of a lot of these characters is just like really interesting, to be honest. And you know that's what happens. If you have soul, that's what'll happen. But a lot of like you can just tell your game is just immediately garbage. Coomer pandering garbage, yeah. Tell us about the 5K he lost. Is he still addicted? Oh fuck, I'd have to talk to that guy. I haven't spoken to my boy in a while actually. But like fuck, he has like an addictive personality, you know what I mean? Like he'd buy he'd buy like whatever like TF2 hats he wanted and shit like that. So like it really doesn't fucking surprise me. The guy's like a unionized job man. The fuck, you know, I tried to talk him out of it and shit, but there's only so much I could do as a friend. You know, it takes a team of psychologists to really fix it at that point. But I don't remember what fucking game it was like. It wasn't Genshin Impact. It was something else. But he spent like 5 fucking grand on it. And it's just so fucking stupid because eventually you're gonna stop playing that game and all that money's just gonna be gone. But I don't know. It really is just a way for you to win. Like fuck, if you suck at Call of Duty, you can play Genshin Impact, and all you have to do is spend 5 grand to get the best hero. Can we see your feet? Okay. Interview him for the Kino? Absolutely. He's one of my friends. He'll openly talk about it, so I would interview him. But he's like one of my IRL friends that I told about my fucking YouTube channel, and then he told his friends about it, and they were watching my Mr. Oinkers video and laughing at that. What a mistake that was. What a fucking mistake. Oh god. No, that guy's actually really interesting. Boken, his name is. WWE Champions. No. It was like an anime thing. It was like one of those like lane games. Yeah, but again, there you see what I mean? Like there's like a WWE Champions gotcha game for like people like Phil. So if you don't like anime and you like other types of big sweaty men, you can play the fucking WWE game. It's amazing. That would actually be good. Yeah, again, because that's like again, I'm really into like psychology and shit and like getting to the bottom of like the real reason why like people do these things. And like spending $5,000 on a fucking mobile game is actually like, very interesting. So like I would actually do that. But again, I haven't spoken to that guy in a while. I've kind of just been a loner sitting in my fucking room watching Sam Hyde and fucking pig clips. Rudy, how much would I have to pay you to get your rooster cage? Oh, buddy, I'll sell that. That'll be my grift. That'll be my fucking grift is selling the cock cage. Oh, fuck. But we've gone on long enough. We've gone on long enough without a topic. Again, like, I really don't want to become, like, a fucking streamer. I want to deliver you guys. I want to deliver you guys good content and shit to laugh at. So, I don't know. Fuck, I really didn't care about Big Mr. Brapman, whatever. Boo, play pig clips, fine.
Hi, I'm T-Clips. Big fat sweaty men think I just do clipping, but I do so much more.
Yeah, look at that smile. Oh, fuck. I honestly think, like, pig clips was the most, like, pathetic out of, like, anyone, like, ever on the fucking internet.
Soon, I'm going to be showing you something different. So join me for the Unfiltering stream on October 31st. See you there. Now, thank you for joining the premiere. Here is moderator Marcy's clip.
What? So, did we ever get to see what pig clips looks like? Well, like, fuck. What did I miss stream? We went over Mr. Brapman, and then we went over Lindsay Ellis, but I was constantly being interrupted by chat, so it fucking sucks. But like pig clips essentially was trying to like mastermind, like the demo is right now, like the demo is currently doing as we speak. He's Johnny Rocket Fingers messaging everyone. That's essentially what fucking pig clips did. Did we ever see pig clips' face? I think so. Maybe. I don't remember. Fuck, that was a weird arc with pig clips. But, I don't know. I think I've entertained you fucking idiots for long enough. So, We'll be back next Wednesday, next Super Wednesday for This Week in Nectar, the Rudy Coleman Show. All right.
I did it for the dope game, I did it for the dope game, I did it.
Ah, stop calling me.
I did it for the dope game. I'm not the same on the side of the